Alexa, play beach sound.
Playing beach sound.
Amma, I'm leaving the job.
I'm leaving my high-paid job.
Yeah. You survived the bus ride.
Tuk-tuks will get you somewhere faster than anything else.
Yeah, road is road.
I met a guy the other day, a Sri Lankan guy. And
Is he married?
yeah, actually, I think he is.
We really like to eat starfish.
Oh no.
Absolutely.
Patrick.
Beautiful.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to That's So Bro, episode 14, I want to say. And we are here with some fantastic guests. Amanda?
I'm one of the guests. Yo, how's it going? My name is Amanda. But we're also here with Kat and John.
My name is John Sala, and I've moved to Sri Lanka 2 months ago.
He's been in Sri Lanka for 2 months.
Yeah.
We have a lot of questions for him.
John, what is it that you do? And
So I do run coaching online, and that's about it at the moment. And just kind of enjoying my time and working out at the gym.
fantastic, man. Enjoying the island life.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
My name is Kat, and I've been in Sri Lanka for 6 months.
She forgot Sinhalese also.
I didn't like I'm a cat. Or pusa.
Nice. All right.
And today's topic is about culture shock. And we're going to dive into the topic deeply with 2 months in Sri Lanka. How many?
6 months.
6 months in Sri Lanka. How
Yes.
many?
33 years.
Only in the city now.
Yeah.
These people are in the real south.
Yeah. The actual Sri Lanka.
Actually, Sri Lanka.
But the fact that you guys are enjoying the island life more than the actual island is beyond me. Man.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
mad. Yeah.
I think there's something I would caveat with before we start is we are very southern based.
Right.
So everything we kind of say comes from a southern perspective because Colombo is a completely different vibe, like
Right.
completely different. So I'd say, yeah, deep south.
Fair enough. Because everything we'd say is coming on from Colombo.
Yeah.
We've seen the beach. We've touched it once. That's it.
I mean, I swam a couple of times.
Yeah, you work on it, but outside of that, yeah, we don't touch that thing.
I don't know, how many times have you been in the sea since you've been there?
Maybe once.
Oh,
But
same.
yeah, exactly.
But
Sri Lanka-
everywhere they go, they can hear the beach somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't hear the beach here unless one pipe breaks and you're like, oh, that's the beach.
Yeah, or it's also generally before you go to sleep, Alexa, play beach sound.
So what made you decide to move to Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka itself.
Now, how do I answer this?
You can answer in Sinhalese if you want.
Sinhalese,
Really want to.
Spanish.
I'm glad that you asked that question.
Like, I mean, like 6 months ago, you'd be like, whoop. Oh, that's
Do you
the
do that
island.
thing where you just spun a globe and just
Well, no. So basically, there is a girl who I know just from the functional fitness kind of scene in terms of that's like training stuff in London.
Right.
And I've been following her for years anyway. Had seen that at the time she was working up in, I don't know where it is. It's like up north somewhere. And I was like, oh, Sri Lanka looks really cool. I'd love to go there. Anyway, obviously the pandemic happened. Everything happened. A load of life things happened. And I was like, I just need to get out of here. I was like, I want out of the UK and I need to just get on a plane. And I was like, I know. I was like, I'm off to Sri Lanka. I was like, I've always wanted to go. It's always been on the cards. I'm just going to get on a plane. And at first I was like, I'm going to go for 4 weeks. And I was like, I'm going to go for 6 weeks.
Right.
I was like, 8 weeks. And I was like, it's open-ended now. I was like, I'm
Wow.
just going to go and just see what happens. And yeah, basically came here, absolutely love it. And yeah, just decided it was time to leave the Western world behind for a bit and go and see a bit more of the world for a start and just see what life in Sri Lanka was like.
How frightening was it though? Like, I mean, if I was to move to a country, I'd be terrified. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't find it very terrifying. I think I was nervous because I was like, what do I need to take with me? Because I don't know when I'm coming back. That was like where the anxiety was coming from. Because I was like, okay, how long am I going for? And
Right.
like, what do I need? And I think that's the thing you just don't know until you're there. But I'm quite kind of open-minded. So I was like, let's just get on a plane and see what happens, which is quite cool. And here I am now with no intentions of leaving. And well, unless they tell me to leave, but I hope not. Please don't make me leave.
if you're from the immigration department, there's a message for you.
I'm really well behaved, I promise.
And what made you come here?
Well, mostly her.
Oh.
But I'd been working for a long time in the UK, the same company for 14 years, and I'd done like a few like longer trips over usually went away over Christmas, like on my own, for like 4, 5, 6 weeks to like Brazil, Mexico, and Indonesia and stuff. And I was like, I want to take a sabbatical. I've been wanting to take one for like a while with work. And then when the opportunity came up with me and Kat, I was like, cool, this is the right time. I've done with office life. I want to just do something completely different. I want to get more into doing like working within fitness, and this seemed like the right time to do it. So I was like, cool, I'm off. I'm happy to go and live in another country. I've done longer stints in other countries before, and just see where it goes, basically.
Was your family supportive? Like,
my parents were like absolutely behind me. My mum's kind of lived in other countries before, and she was like, absolutely, as long as you're happy, we're right behind you.
I'm going to do this in the Browns perspective. Imagine I was
I was just about the contrast
14
between parents.
years.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Amma, I'm leaving the job and I'm going to an unknown island. Bye, Amma.
I'm leaving my high-paid job
Yeah.
for absolute uncertainty. I don't know if I'm going to get mugged out
For
of
a
it.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of all things.
But the thing is, like, in my mum's eyes, she's been like the golden person
All
for
right.
a long time.
Bruh, you already made it, man. All
You're
right.
allowed to chase me.
Yeah. If it's her, then it's okay. I understand.
Screw the money.
Yeah,
Screw the
My
stability.
stepdad was like, it's about time.
They were worried for him. Why is this dude not going with the chick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
but in Sri Lanka, I don't think it will be much more difficult to do
Yeah.
that. Like if,
'Cause I have done that, right? So I was working in I was working in one of Sri Lanka's biggest retails, and I was in the marketing division, and I was there for like just 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Right. But then I was young. So literally the second I finished school, I got into work. Right. And because I was still young and I was able to scale up really fast, I had a relatively good pay, and you would support your family because you would live with your family in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Right. So my mom is more bank manager than the bank managers. Where this month's money show?
all broad
Yeah,
numbers.
this is a normal thing, right? So the second I told her, look, I am absolutely depressed living here. Like the 9 to 5 was killing me, dude. Like I
Yeah.
could see it. Like I could feel myself dying, going to work and then dying at work. And I was like, oh my God, work's done. But then it comes back with you. The second I told her, I'm going to stop this and now I want to so I wanted to fly cat, right? So I wanted to become a pilot. So whatever life savings I had, bro, I had to first invest into like the training school.
Yeah, that's not cheap, I imagine.
Yeah, it's everything I had. So when you tell your mom, everything I have right now, I'm pushing into this, she's like, no, absolutely not. It's
You're
just
taking
that.
away the family income.
Yeah.
And the bank says no.
Yeah, it just declined. It's just that by that time I'd already told my boss I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
And I had made up my mind. It's just that, so from that job to Sri Lankan Airlines, and I didn't get into piloting immediately. I went through cabin crew,
Yeah.
right? And then cabin crew worked out. And the money I got from cabin crew was about double or triple what I was making at this.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So when I told my mom I'm leaving cabin crew, she was like, no way at all.
Mum, trust me, it's worked once
Yeah.
already.
So what I do now is I'm a model and a content creator, right? So now you have to explain to your parents what content creation is. I'm going to take a picture of clothes and put this on this internet thing, and they're going to give me money. You have to believe me that they're going to give me money. She's like, no. Right? It's just that a couple of years later, when the packages started coming home and the clothes started coming and the money started coming, and like, can you bring your mom for a spa treatment, and you get your mom? That's like, okay, I understand. I don't understand exactly what he's doing, but something is coming. He seems to be happy. So when you say your parents were 100% behind you when you moved, it is mind
It's
blowing.
alien to
It
us.
is. I mean,
Really?
I don't understand that shit at all.
Well, like when you called up your parents and said, I'm moving to Sri Lanka, what?
But did you call up your parents when you were in Sri Lanka? Or?
I'm already here.
Oh, tough shit.
I've left. No, so my mum has always been very much of like, do what makes you happy, go for it. Whereas my dad is a bit more like the bank manager, where he's like looking at the finances and
Right.
going, okay, like now have you considered all X, Y, and Z? And you know, that's great because I have a mix of the two now. But
Right.
before I used to sit like more on the bank manager side, and I'd be like, oh, okay, is this going to be a massive risk?
Right.
But no, they were 100% behind it because they know, because I took a risk before because I worked the 9 to 5, I was unhappy, all of that kind of stuff. And I was like, I'm going to quit my job and I'm just going to become a personal trainer. And they're like, okay, that's fine. But, and I was
Right.
like, I'll figure it out as I go along. And it was one of those, like leaving that nice paid corporate job, everything like that. And
Yeah.
it was like, it was a risk, but then I doubled and then tripled my income.
Right.
And I was like, okay, it works.
In
So,
your face.
yeah. So I think it's one of those where it's like, I don't know, until you're doing it, you don't know. But I knew I had already done something which was a risk, and it paid off, and you've just got to go. And I think they had seen that and were like, off you go do what makes you happy. And
Me, of course, as soon as I finished school, I wanted to become a radio jockey. I love talking, and I wanted someone to pay me to talk. So I did. I actually got a gig. I was working. I was very happy. I came home. I'm like, Mom, this is my career. And my mom's like, no. And she got my dad, my grandparents, my uncle, my neighbors. They were all involved.
Yeah, it's an intervention, dude.
It was an intervention.
the whole
Yeah.
street is
Everybody's at his house.
They're like,
You're not doing this.
They're like, you have to understand. You have a brother. You have to look after your brother. You have to look after this, that. One day you're going to get married. You have to look after your kid. With the radio job, you can't afford. And yeah, so it was the whole thing. So that's why I said, this is new. And
Yeah, I mean, I think to be fair, like my mum was probably a lot more liberal than most parents back in England. Like even some of my friends, like back home, were like, well, "What did your parents think about it?" And I'm like, they're behind me. They're like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." So yeah, it wasn't. I think it's just my mum's done a lot of stuff in her life, so she's just like, "Yeah, go off, you'll be fine."
so that's culture shock number 1 for us.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's for us. That's our
a reverse card. So when you guys landed here, what were the first weirdest thing that you guys saw? Like you were like, that's kind of weird. That
You won't get cancelled, don't worry.
you won't get cancelled.
Don't get cancelled.
What
Okay.
was the weirdest
Like
thing?
you saw it and you were like, that's kind of weird, you know?
Oh god,
Do you know what? I can't think what would be the weirdest thing.
For example, right? So when you go cabin crew, you visit as many countries as possible.
Yeah.
The fact that the countries, when they say the train's going to be at 12:55 and the train's there by 12:50, you're like, you're early.
Yeah.
Am I in the wrong train? That's a major culture shock. Because here in Sri Lanka, and I hate the saying that you have 2 times, right, bro? There's the actual time and then the Sri Lankan time.
Yeah, exactly. Sri
I
Lankan time.
despise.
No,
I
when I
said to when we got here, I was like, "Oh, we're probably early by Sri Lankan
Yeah,
time."
that's the thing.
like when you said 2 o'clock, I was like, okay, these are not Sri Lankans. That's why I made an effort to come.
Yeah.
All our other guests, if you say 7, they come at 8:30, 9. Sometimes the next podcast is waiting, and we're like, our guest has not arrived yet. Please wait.
Yeah, and the sad thing, man, is that it's an understood concept now, right? So it is understood that you will tell somebody to be at an event at a certain time, expecting them to be there at another time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But talking about being on time, the buses have an amazing ability to get you somewhere early. Like the buses are something else. That's probably the biggest kind of shock in terms of seeing something.
Oh, road rules.
Like they're up, what road rules?
Right.
If you survive the bus ride, you get there early.
Exactly.
The buses are fucking wild.
Like literally.
You got like obviously we're riding around down the south. There's a lot more people on bikes. We're riding on bikes. There's not many cars, and like you're just riding down the road, and there's a bus coming literally down the other side of the road. On your side of the road, you're like, fuck.
I know what the weirdest thing was that I saw though. It was the inside of the bus. It was pink and it was fluffy, and it was like I don't know. I was like at a fair, but also like there was music blasting and everything, and I was like,
I think he was
wow.
remembering when he was in his mom's womb.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Pink, fluffy.
Pink and fluffy.
The thing is, we don't really invest too much in roller coasters because we have the buses there.
Yeah, you don't need roller coasters. You
Sri
don't need
Lankans in roller coasters were like, that's
This
it.
is so boring.
Yeah, exactly.
My 7 o'clock bus ride was more exciting.
Yeah.
We were talking about core strength. You need the core strength when you're stood on the bus with your bag and like jumping forward and backwards.
You should ride the bus on the door.
I did do when we last came to Colombo. I did, and I was like moving out of the way for the conductor to get off and run round, and I was like.
I've also never seen so many people manage to fit on a bus. That's impressive.
Fair enough.
Like literally.
It is sardine candy.
Yeah, kind of sat against the window like this, and I was like, wow. I was like, I don't know what to do. How do I get off this? I was like, do I get off this? Can I get off this?
Have you gone in Colombo after office traffic?
Yes, I decided to get on a bus at 4:30. It was a mistake.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry as well.
There's a high chance they might experience it today.
Yeah, exactly.
And today's Friday. It's going to be packed.
Oh, I love it.
Of course. Yeah, no, 4:30 was an experience. And someone said to me, do not get the bus at 4:30. And I was like, watch me. And then I sat on that bus and I was like,
You were
okay,
right.
I understand now. I was like, but I'm going to sit on here because I've made my bed. I'm going to lay in it.
Right.
Such
So-
a new attitude. Watch me.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have those AC buses, right?
Yeah, the highway buses
Yeah.
are AC.
So
they're
those
not, they're nice.
Yeah.
But the normal buses are the way to go.
So the second I left school and joined work, we had to take the bus, right?
Yeah.
Work wouldn't give you a vehicle allowance. They would give you maybe bus allowance, right? And we had no idea, Kat. All right, we went to school. We were like little privileged kids that would take. My mom would say, make sure he gets to school safely, and then we get to school and get back home. The first bus we got onto, because we knew we were running after the wrong bus. Dude, we had, it was my brother and I. We had one leg on the foot stand here, and there's a rail here. So we held on and the bus accelerated. So we saw ourselves literally going, oh my God, coming back. There's that. And after office traffic come back home was a norm, right? So you're usually met with a sweaty uncle's crotch here.
Yes.
And sweaty auntie pressed up like this. And you're
Yes.
like, I could have given you the seat. Why did you want the seat? No, it's okay, Buddha, you sit here. So, starting can all the way up and down.
I think you enjoyed it. You seem like you enjoyed it.
Yeah, sure, bro. It's a lot. That was, I think, one of the biggest incentives for me to actually start scaling up and work faster.
Yeah.
Wake allowance. Yeah.
Get me off the bus.
I don't want to be on this bus.
Have you guys been on a tuk-tuk though?
Oh, tuk-tuk. Oh,
We
yeah,
had
many
one
tuk-tuks.
today.
Yes. But the tuk-tuks will get you somewhere faster than anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're just like...
Road is road.
Yeah.
Traffic.
No, we've just got here in record-breaking time. I think he beat
If there's traffic,
the map thing. I'm sure of it, because he was like that. It's like, another car? No worries. I will push you out of the way. They're
Like
insane.
pavement is also road. If the garden doesn't have wall, that's also road.
As long as it looks like road.
As long as
Yeah.
it's road is road.
Exactly.
it took us, I think it took us like what? Well, it took you even for 4 months before we worked out how roundabouts were meant to work versus how they actually work.
I had to ask TikTok. I had to go to TikTok and do a TikTok and say, can someone actually tell me how this works?
What is the rules?
And they were like, it's meant to be like UK rules, but this is not what happens. They were like,
Right.
basically
Remix.
just basically go. Like, but for those who don't know, what happens on a roundabout is rather than waiting at the junction, the people pull out and the people on the roundabout wait.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. But then everyone's like this, and then
Yeah.
the buses just come along and they're like, yeah, exactly. And you're like, okay.
Quickly learned here that basically don't get in the way. The buses rule the road.
Yeah, buses
Yeah.
rule the road. Yeah, true. The buses don't care.
Buses and tuk-tuks. That's it.
Yeah.
The thing is, the tuk-tuk can get damaged, so a little bit they care.
Yeah.
The bus bugger, nothing can hurt him. He's like, oh, he's the hog.
And they know it. So
Yeah.
that's why they don't care.
Exactly. What
But-
about the trains? Because I haven't got a train yet. Although I know they turn up when they want to turn up and they take as long as they want to take.
Yeah,
That's
so
all I know.
It depends. If you take the normal, like the working trains, which like goes from Gampa to Colombo, like those trains are packed. You don't get like, it's the same bus, but it's not as wild, I guess, but it's
Yeah.
packed.
Right.
It's very and packed.
Yeah.
But if you take the touristy trains, like the trains to Kandy or Ella,
Yeah.
Those
you,
are nice.
you have the first class cabin,
Yeah, yeah.
you have the something called the observation cabin. Very comfortable, very nice, but sometimes delays.
Right.
Sometimes the train jumps off the track, so you get delays for those.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you are in the train for like additional 3, 4, 5 hours even till they get
Good.
things rectified. I've been to Kandy and Badul in the first class and in the observation deck. You guys have to
Beautiful.
try it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay.
Less sweaty. It's air conditioned.
Nice.
I think we're getting used to that now. Just like
Yeah.
the fact we're just going to turn up places sweaty.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, Sri Lanka.
Yes.
But you don't know when they will strike or when you'll have delays. So
Yeah, fair.
you have to prepare for that. Like you go to the railway, you buy the ticket, and you're sitting and you're like, "Where's the train?" And they're like, "Oh no, they strike this just now." I'm like,
I guess we're walking.
Like, okay, good.
This ticket is now a souvenir. Yeah.
Cool stuff, man. So now that we talked about the disparities between, what do you think the similarities that you guys have found between Sri Lanka and UK?
Oh, God.
There's absolutely nothing. There's no similarity.
No, I think
I mean, we were under your influence for 150 plus
Yeah.
years. There must be something similar.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say there's loads of
It reminds me of like what England probably was like 40 years ago. Like some of
Yeah.
like how things work, or like even how sort of like thought processes, or like just a lot of things. I would say it's like how England was 40 years ago. That's been my rough guess. Don't cancel me, please.
No. It's his perspective.
yeah. I think because it is very similar to
Yeah.
an extent, but
Yeah.
obviously it's just places like Colombo and whatnot, they're a lot more modernized and whatnot, but down south is still really quite far behind because it's so different. But I wouldn't say there's loads of kind of difference between the two. Obviously the heat and humidity, but in terms of like kind of in the day to day, I don't know.
Which part of England were you in, if you don't mind?
The Cotswolds.
That
would sound very
down south.
Yeah, southwest.
Down south again.
Oh, okay.
Southwest, like
Came from southwest, went back southwest. All right.
And you were also from the same.
Yeah, we literally lived in the same town.
So it's like a countryside.
Yeah.
This is such a meant to be thing, man.
Don't, honestly, our friends were badgering us for years.
Yeah.
You're the girl next door.
Yeah, we go down the road.
Wow.
Go to the gym.
Literally everyone said it. Like even my mum was like, "What about John?" And I was like, "No, we're just friends." I was like, "He's perfect on paper."
It's like, sure.
My mum, my friends. It was just.
So yeah.
So y'all were right.
Yeah, exactly. You were all right.
You were all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool stuff, man. I think you guys are a bit right, because I think it's the fact that because Sri Lanka is supposed to give that island feel, down south might be still, even if they had a chance to modernize it slightly, kind of against it, because the tourists come looking for that that situation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is there a lot of tourists foreigners where you guys are? Oh.
I think there is in the season.
As you say, you probably won't know this as much because you weren't there in the season. Like in the season, it's wild. Like it's like completely rammed with tourists and whatnot. But by the time you came, it had come to the end of the season because the surf had gone over the other side. So everyone just literally, there was 1 week where everyone just flocked, and it was like, where has everyone gone? Like, because we were so used to like crammed roads, like people, you wouldn't be able to move down like the beach road without it being like stop, start. Whereas now you can get down quite easily. So it is busy in the season, but there just comes a cut-off point where suddenly everyone just flees and off they go. And then you're like, oh, okay.
There's definitely there's a few nationalities that are definitely a lot more of down south than throughout the year, I'd say.
Yeah.
You want to tell us which?
No, there's a lot of Russians.
Russians.
a lot of Russians.
And a lot of the signs on like the restaurants. And
stuff, they're all Russian.
Is it like written in Russian?
I'd say a lot of Russians and a lot of Brits.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You'd also understand that this is the first time we are hearing about this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and we had no idea. Because we don't, like I said, man, so and this could just be the two of us, but we don't really frequent down south unless we absolutely have to.
Like a long holiday or something.
Yeah. Because we got a beach in Balavattam.
Yeah.
So there's a beach in about like 10 kilometers away. You can just go all the way down there. Yeah. So it's a proper trip. You know, your friends came back from abroad, therefore you're celebrating something. That's why you're down south.
Yeah. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Going
Where
down
have you
south.
been? Oh, sorry.
Bentota, Beruala, Hambantora, those are
And all inside hotels.
all inside hotels, 5-star hotels. It's like
I want air conditioning.
I want buffet.
We're the same.
I want buffet. I want my breakfast in my pool thingy.
If you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Otherwise, we don't want this Sri Lankan heritage. No, we want to be treated like white people.
Recently, we went down south and then we had lunch in that mud house thingy. Remember? It's like
The mud house thingy.
We sat on the second floor. It was made out of leaves and all that. I'm like, wow, this is really nice. It's like, yeah, this is real Sri Lanka. I'm like, yeah, it's been a while.
I'm going to put you guys on the spot and ask you a question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What do you think about us guys coming into your country and obviously like staying here?
Good question.
Because obviously like we've come here. I absolutely love it. Like I'm not going to speak on behalf of both of us. I assume you love it as well, but absolutely love Sri Lanka. And like I have my TikTok is like a shrine to it, someone said. And I was like, I don't mean for it to be, but I do absolutely love Sri Lanka on so many levels. It's wild. But what do you think to like people coming in? Because obviously it's still untouched in so many ways and it's in its infancy in certain ways. But yeah, how do you feel?
Personally, I love that more people are coming in and the cultures get mixed and we learn from you, you learn from us.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that whole concept. But I've also seen people saying that foreigners coming here and taking their jobs, opening businesses.
Right.
There was this whole thing recently. They were protesting that the big restaurants down south owned by foreigners, so the local people lose out. So I'm a bit having mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
But the fact that you guys are coming here, making it your home, enjoying it, and being friends and hanging out, I love that part. That part is
exactly.
Yeah. I think it's that, man. I think it's the fact that outside of Colombo, you won't get too many people who would understand the references or the things you watch. For example, I mean, if you watch How I Met Your Mother or Friends, you can't go to Anuradhapura and expect them to know all of that as well. Whereas if you get people down south who are foreign, you know that they would know. So there's a culture similarity there. So I
Yes.
can connect with you on that sort of situation, right?
Yeah.
Like Yoshan said, though, there were certain situations where, especially what really went wrong was this one guy or group or club, they threw, and what they said was, we want to do it.
White.
Yeah, they had a white only party or something.
Yes, I
And
remember
I'm
the
like,
raucous.
why, brother? Yeah,
that's just not on.
Yeah.
So
not.
stuff like that is a bit of a red flag.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, in the UK, mostly like racism and being against it has been pretty well drilled into us. We're not perfect, absolutely not. Look at the last Euros, but like we're definitely the majority of people are a lot more like that's not something that would happen.
Right. But then I lost my mind when I think down south I think I was just watching something on YouTube, man, and it was Lee Mack, the comedian.
Yes.
And I love Lee Mack. Right, but then there's not many people here who know Lee Mack. And
Yeah.
then as somebody was walking, I was like, "Oh, it's Lee Mack." I was like, "Yes! Oh my god, yeah!" So when you get that, when you feel that, it's like the similarity in that there's kinship there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get that culture bonding thing, I love it. I absolutely
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
But also recently, I don't know, we went to a place and they were like, "This is only for foreigners," and they kick us out when we went down south. Do you remember that incident?
No.
Was it you? Was it someone else? Then it was some other group of friends. I'm sorry. We went to this a place. We were swimming in the beach, and then there was a place to take a. We were covered in sand, so we had to go in to take a shower and wipe ourselves. We were like, "We'll buy something from your establishment if you let us use your showers."
Yeah.
And the lady there was like, "Yeah, it's fine, it's fine." As we walked in, the dude, I think her husband or father, I'm not sure who he was, walked out and was like, "No, this is not for you. It's only for foreigners. You guys can't be here," kind of a thing.
No.
So when things like that happen again, it may
It kind of creates divisions, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's it. And like, but we're in your country, and this is why like I started learning Sinhalese because I was like, I'm in your country. It's a sign of respect to try and learn.
So
and
that's
to try and adapt to the
that's the
culture.
right way forward. That's
Yeah,
the right way.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, so for people to be like, no, this is only for that, like, disgusts me.
So so I was with my kid and all that, and there was nothing close by. So I was like, at least let me wash my kid. She's covered in sand and all that, and they were like, nope. And we had to
No
just walk out.
way.
I thought it was you, someone else. All right, it's someone else. Sorry, man.
I think like both of us, like we don't even like being treated like better or more differently. Like we don't. It feels awkward.
Yeah.
But then the role is reversed when there was, I think it's Sigiri or somewhere where you have local rate and foreigner rate.
Yes.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
dick is
I've
that?
heard about
man?
this.
It's absolute cock. Yeah. And it's like 70 times the rate. It's like $50 to $2,500.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's mad.
Most of the historical sites are like that. They charge more for.
I mean, I think that's the same. Like a lot of the world over, especially in like the countries that's not like the West. Like I've seen that in Brazil. I've seen it in Mexico. Like when you're visiting the cenotes and stuff, that's like local rate and like foreigner rate and sometimes you just have to just accept it and stick it and if you're only there for a small period of time, like that amount of money means less to you than it'll mean more to the people there. So
exactly.
You know what? Like that doesn't
the conversion rate.
It would go further for them than it's going to go further for me. So I'm happy to pay it. I suppose when we're living here and like it's
Have you been harassed for being here? No.
for money.
No, like in Sri Lanka, like go home or whatever. Anyone?
No, not at all.
Everyone has been friendly.
Genuinely, everyone has been the
really
nicest.
nice.
And also as well, you notice that even those who don't have so much are willing to welcome you into their homes and basically like give you whatever they do have. And you're like, no. And they're like, have this, have that. And you're
That's the Sri Lankan
yeah,
way.
it is. And it's very family and it's very like, we want to look after you. And it's really lovely.
If you come to my house right now, my mom will feed you so much that you'll have to run for the next 10 years of your life. and she'll take offense if you say no. That's the thing.
Trust me, both of us always need feeding.
We can eat. We can eat. We have a great
like,
time.
Rice.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, no, I'm full. What? You're full?
Why it's not good enough?
My food is not good enough. And then you're like, no, give me more.
Fine. I'll keep eating. I'm like, can't get any more in.
That's the Sri Lankan thing. I think in your mom's the same.
Every mom takes it very personally.
It's their love language.
Yeah.
Feed the crap out of your friends.
We'll take it.
Yeah. So so other than that, have you all been scammed though?
No. Wait, what are you going to say about here?
I'm not sure. Is the visa system VFS? Is that?
Oh, that's not Sri Lankan.
No.
Stop.
That's another country.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, no, let's leave that one.
They want to stay in the country, please. So, but they scammed you? Or?
It's basically their website was pretty shit.
Dodgy.
And it was a proper website. And then I got to immigration and they're like, your visa doesn't match your passport. And I'm like, great. So I had to go and buy a visa on arrival, get in. And then when I was left again in 30 days, because I can only have a 30-day visa, I had to get another visa for a 2-year tourist visa. And that actually, after I emailed them and said, what do I actually have to put on it? They were like, oh yeah, you need to put on English rather than British citizen that matches your passport. And I was like, all right, fine, if you're sure. And then I got in and I was like, can I have my money back? They're like, no. And I was like, cool. It's like $270 later.
So it's is it difficult to get the visa here? Because
No, they're like you can get 2, 5, 10-year tourist visas, and as long as you leave every 6 months.
you leave every 6 months.
Yeah.
But literally for a day, and then you can come back again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's just one day.
Yeah, literally just as long as you leave the country and like get your passport stamp that you've left, you can come back the next day, or even like I guess in the next 24 hours, and you can stay for another 6 months.
Bloody hell! So you can just go to Maldives and come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But it is forcing us to go on holiday.
Yeah.
But going
Take
back
some time off. Go. You're working too hard. Yeah.
It's nice. But going on the scam thing, I wouldn't say we've been scammed as such. But what I am noticing now, like obviously since being here a lot longer, is when I first came. For instance, if I was coming from Colombo to the south, I'd be charged 20,000. And now it seems to have halved itself.
For the taxi.
Yeah. So suddenly I pay half the rate of what I did before. And like the other day I got a rate for from the south to Colombo and Colombo to the south. And they were like, oh, it's 20,000 total. And I was like, just to clarify, I was like, 20,000 there and back. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so and literally I think I clarified it about 6 times because I was like, are you sure? Because normally they'll be like 25,000 for one way, but suddenly I'm on the local rate. So I'm like, yes.
Because you spoke Sinhala.
Yeah, and I had seen the guy like quite a few times and had spoken to him, and I was like, I'm now getting the local rate. I was like, yes. I was like, I feel like I've made it.
I'm one of them.
Accepted.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why, like, if we go to a tuk-tuk and they're like 1,000 rupees, I'm like, I know that I can get in that for 300 rupees. So you want to bring that price back down? And they're like, oh, okay. So that's the only kind of scam.
You know, come.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Madam, you may be foreign, but you're Sri Lankan. Come.
It also helps with like learning how much things are meant to cost.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're only here on holiday for like a week or 2 weeks, you don't know. But like once you've been here for a while, you kind of learn that this is how much something should cost, or this is how much food should be, rather than someone just going, oh, I don't know, I'll pay 2,000 rupees or whatever it might be. Like, okay, that should have cost 500.
Yeah.
But I have seen like these vloggers you call them, who walk around with cameras.
Vloggers. Right.
Robbers.
Vloggers. So some foreigners who came down here, and when they are recording while they're walking the road, this random dude walks behind him and he's like, oh, come, I'll show you the tour of Colombo. And you know,
I've heard about these.
Yeah,
yes.
they say, like, let's see, it's the white elephant. That's like a bigger scam. Like they take you into a tuk and they charge you crazy amount, and then you see some elephant with some baby powder on.
Oh yeah.
Your microphone almost got it then. I was like, what?
I mean, it's the biggest scam because there is no white elephant here.
There is none.
Oh damn.
It does not exist.
Yeah.
That's
so
wild.
and then the other scam is the massage scam.
Which is?
Like foreigners walking down, the tuk guy stows down. It's like, hey, give you massage, good place, and then they take you to this shady ass places, you know, where you get other services.
Oh, okay. You get more, yes, more than what you asked
and the
for.
dude's like, no, only here, please.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been there. Not like, isn't like accepted it, but when you're led there and you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Get me out of here. So,
yeah. So there are scams that are there,
Right.
but I'm glad y'all didn't get into it.
no, you've been very lucky.
Recently, a friend of mine, the Polish comedian who came to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So there was a comedian who was from Poland who came here to perform, and he wanted to do a whole road trip. So when he went to this place called Noredia, it's the central part with the mountains and all. I had a friend who lives there, and he had a driver. So I told the dude's driver, you know, pick him up and from the railway station, take him to his hotel. That's it. Because at the railway station, you're definitely going to get scammed. They're going to charge you over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he walks out of the railway station, he meets the driver, and the driver scams him.
No.
The dude I sent scams him.
No.
The whole thing was free because it was my friend's vehicle.
Right.
He's like, oh, sir, this is I rented a vehicle, blah, 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 blah. I want $10,000.
And this guy paid.
Yeah, the Polish guy didn't want to fight. He was like in the middle of the night and he was like, here's $10,000. He called me like, hey man, your friend charged me $10,000. I'm like, oh, this son of a.
Oh, no.
And I called my friend, like, dude, your driver just screwed my friend. And then there was a whole thing and the $10,000 was returned. But still, your own guy scamming. So.
And the thing is this, right? So as a local, if you see another local trying to scam, if you get in the way of that, he asks you, why I'm trying to feed my family, why are you trying to get in the way of that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you're cheating them, man. That's such a terrible way to fucking earn the money.
But then again, this is a very small percentage, I would have said.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Most people are going to welcome you with open arms and try to help you out. Genuinely, I feel.
That's definitely what we've seen, for
I think
sure.
we've definitely experienced that, but I have heard of things. And like I saw two very English-looking girls on the side of the road the other day talking to two Sri Lankans, and they're obviously like asking for something and they're pointing here, there and everywhere. And I was like, do I pull over and help you and just make sure that you're not being scammed or not? Because I know it does happen.
I'm a local here.
I'm no local, but I've got a good idea. But they're there. It's the backpacks. It's the typical big backpacks, and they're very pale English skin who've not seen the sunshine for 4 years or more, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, no, can't stand in the way. I'm like, they've got to learn on their own, accord. And if something happens,
it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, exactly. It is a rite of passage.
I think it's the case in most countries. If you're a tourist and you look like you're not from around here or wherever you're going, then you're going to be ripe for trying to overcharge or get some extra money out of you. And I guess, unfortunately, it's part of the course of when you go traveling or when you go abroad, really.
Damn, I guess so.
But do you recommend here for tourists? I mean,
100%.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What has been the mosquito repellent to getting scammed? Like, so basically, somebody says, okay, $20,000 here to here, and then you do and or say what to bring it back down to 5,000 rupees.
Ganang Wadi.
Learn that word. Learn the word. Ganang Wadi.
Yes, that was the first thing I think I learned, or one of them, because I was like, and I kind of would have a good idea. So if it was like getting transport or something like that, then I would have a look and I'd be like, what are Pick Me and Uber doing? And I was like, and they'd be like 1,500, but I'm like, but I can get an Uber for 400. So I'll settle for like 6, because I know they're going to try and make more money and they're not going to do it for that price. But it's just kind of haggling a little bit. But yeah, Ganang Wadi was the best thing that I learned. And as soon as you say that, they're like, okay. And then suddenly it's halved in price.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so that'll be the tagline for this podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are the words you should learn before coming to Sri Lanka?
Yeah, exactly.
Ganang Wadi.
Yeah, exactly so.
So the other way is just looking at making sure you know how much stuff costs, and then you can just go, no, I'm not paying that. And then
the haggling thing.
Yeah, or just saying, no, I'm not paying that, because sometimes they'll be like, all right, I'll do it for this much, or how about this much? And then eventually you might get it a bit near the price that you should be paying.
Right. And they come after you. No, okay, fine, not 20,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, you got it.
That's it.
You got it.
You did tell us in the beginning of the podcast that you have some culture shocks you wanted to share with us. I would love to find out what they are.
So I think my biggest one is about marriage, or the way in which this comes about.
Sister, my mother, yes, go for it.
So I've heard on the grapevine that a newspaper article goes out. So basically, in this newspaper article, it is, what is it? Age, occupation, what car you drive.
Caste.
Yeah.
Horoscope.
Like these kind of things. And it's put in the newspaper. And I was like, at first I was like, I can't tell if this is a joke or not.
It's true.
Like, yeah. And it just completely blew my mind, because obviously in the UK, we have complete kind of like open rights in terms of who we kind of go with and whatever else. And some people, like, parents may have opinions, or they may try and push you in a certain direction, or, all of that kind of stuff. But we are very free to do whatever we want. So when it came down to this newspaper article, I was like, I couldn't think of anything worse. And I was like, actually, as well, if I had to put myself on paper, I know it's normally the man that goes in the paper, but if I had to put myself on paper, I've not got much to show.
Name, cat, age this much, lives near the beach,
Yeah, exactly.
runs for fun.
Yeah.
You know what, I'm not sure I've gone for you for seeing you in the paper.
Yeah, if you saw me in the paper, but you don't even see a picture.
No picture.
No picture, no
I
nothing.
find that wild. Like,
Yeah.
So that's
explain.
so what happens is the parents are the ones who reply. It's not even the dude who replies.
Yeah, you have no idea this is happening.
You don't reply. Your parents are the one to reply to that ad. And
So you have no idea you're on the paper. You have no idea your parents are already doing this.
So the two parents are already agreeing about it. And
Before
then,
you even got an idea.
Yeah,
This is wild.
and then they'll be like, Putha, we have met someone for you.
But like, out of like percentage of I guess marriages in Sri Lanka, how many are from that.
So back in the day, it was very common.
Very, very common.
Now it's less common, but it's still happening.
But what, like 20%, 50%?
I think back in the day, that was the Tinder back in the day.
Yeah, man, yeah. That is Facebook Marketplace.
Sri Lankan Tinder. It's wild.
So you guys don't have the newspaper thing over there? I thought.
So, I mean, I'm a bit older than she is, but like before the dating apps were about, people did actually put their own ads for themselves in newspapers saying like, I don't know, guy, age, sex, location, looking to meet good. Was it GSH, good sense of humor? There was like these weird acronyms because you only had like, I don't know, like
a few letters,
a few characters and stuff. And they'd put that in the paper, but there wouldn't be a picture of the same. But it was the person doing it rather than someone's parents. So it was,
you had more freedom to write what you wanted to write.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
over here, the thing is the parents have taken this obligation that if my kid is not married, my job is not done.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So like, especially for girls, if you have a daughter, like once the daughter's married, that's when the parents' obligations are over.
Technically.
Yeah, even if she can be a 45-year-old woman, if she's not married, she's still under the parents' obligation.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the mentality here. Until she's married, she's my problem.
yeah.
Once she's married, she's the dude's problem.
Does she live with the parents until the point
Most
at which she was
likely.
married
Yeah,
off?
pretty much.
Most likely.
Wow.
Very few ladies, they will rebel and move away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult. I think the newer generations, most of them are moving away
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
getting apartments and stuff. But our generation, it was very unheard of. When someone said, I moved away from my parents, I was like,
What
brave,
happened?
very brave.
What happened?
The question is, well, obviously, I believe you have a partner.
Yes.
Was she
How
from a
did y'all
newspaper
meet?
article?
No.
Or not?
This is a
No.
magazine.
No, magazine
No.
instead. It was different.
We met, we were friends, and we went kind of
Okay.
like the normal way. I mean,
Hey, what's normal now?
Yeah, that's true. It's
like there was no newspaper involved, and my parents didn't know, her parents didn't know. We dated for quite some time before we told our parents, and we went that way.
Right.
But
I think also the whole getting to know somebody is might be still a very Colombo-ish thing.
Yeah.
So the whole newspaper thing might still be very I have no idea. Might be very rampant around the
South?
Yeah.
So I was in a village called Manampitiya, up northeast. Yeah, northeast. 350 plus kilometers from here. There's about 200 people in the village. And my wife she's a doctor, so she was working in that hospital. And I was with her because, I'm married to her, so I have to be there. There's nothing to do there. It's dead. It's like jungle for as far you can see. Elephants are just walking on the road. Snakes are like chilling. It's crazy. Once the girl attains age, once she's having her first period, they have this big ceremony and they announce to the whole village that the daughter is having her periods.
What, like she's up first?
Oh yeah. You know this kid.
They dress her up in like a red outfit.
Red?
White outfit.
No, like a red golden outfit, and they put her on a pedestal. It's different culture there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they
Wow.
put on, they put massive speakers and like music blasting
No.
the whole yeah, like the whole day music blasting and people
No.
there's like food and then they are already looking for a dude for her. And she's like 12 years old. They're like, how many cows do you have? How many cows do you have? How many bulls do you have? And the dudes are like 18, 25. By the time they're 12, they're already like, that was a shock for me when I went in there. I was like,
Wow.
Wild.
damn.
I've told
Is that a
you.
shock to you?
Yeah. How long ago was this though?
Probably 10 years back.
Okay.
Like,
crazy.
because what happened is the education for these things are less. Like the whole sex education things doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So people don't really understand what happens. So they're worried that if they don't marry them off early enough, they're going to do something stupid and then, no one will want their daughter anymore.
Right.
Yeah, there's that.
So that whole thing is there. So once they attend age, they do this whole ceremony and they put them on a pedestal and they're already making deals. They're already like, we have 10 cows, we have 20 cows, who has the most cows kind of a thing. And
Is the internet and like the availability of the information that's available to everybody now, even in the poorer communities, is that changing things faster or
The thing
making
is-
differences?
the internet has come, but people are searching for the wrong things.
Okay.
They're not looking for the right things because they don't know that these things can be questioned.
Yeah.
So what you say they're looking for the wrong things? What are they?
So
looking
they are
for?
looking for, probably Hollywood movie stars, haircuts, beards, that kind
Free
of thing.
Bollywood movies.
Free Bollywood movies. That's the thing.
Okay.
So what happened is that we have some NGOs who go to these areas and
Yeah.
they try to educate them, educate
Right.
the parents. That it's happening. It's happening. There is
Yeah.
some progress. There is some progress.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what I saw, and I was like, what is this?
Right.
I couldn't believe it.
But it is also very acceptable in Sri Lanka, at least in Colombo, where if a girl attains age, all the men, she should be isolated in a room.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. For 7 days.
For a week.
For 7 days, she's locked in a room and a white cloth and the whole thing.
No guy can go to that room. She can't look at her dad, her brothers. She cannot.
Yeah.
All right. And after the 7th day, there is some ceremony, and then only she can be announced that she's now a woman. And then
the whole village and family, everyone gets together, bathe.
Colombo do it. You
In
don't
Colombo,
understand.
Colombo.
Yeah.
In my own family, that's happened.
There you go.
What?
Yeah, in my own family.
I don't know how to respond.
Culture shock.
You have been shocked.
Like, there's so many things I want to say, but I don't know.
Shocked.
Yeah. Like, wow.
Yeah, so the whole lady attending age is a big deal here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrated differently. I think in Manampetiya, it's very weird. It's for them, it's normal. For me, it was a shock.
Yeah.
But as you come to Colombo, it's a bit less as bad as that. But still, you have the whole 7 days locked in a room, can't see any boy. On the 7th day, you can walk out, and then they bathe her with flowers and
Yeah,
water.
some nonsense like that too.
And
To be fair, like, if they want to drape me in flowers and whatever else, then go for it.
But
Like,
you're quarantined into a room, bro. For a week.
it's probably for the best, to be honest, for my mood swings.
I don't know. There must have been a reason back in the day.
Yeah.
What I'm assuming is back then, maybe because you're prone to infection.
Yeah, I also think so.
Right, maybe you were quarantined into a room because maybe the rooms weren't as air conditioned or whatever it is, and you're more prone to infection back. This is the only.
No, that's the second explanation. It's because since it's your first time, you don't know how to put the sanitary pads and all.
Yeah.
So you could leak, and so that 7 days is your training period.
Yeah.
This is how
Right.
you wear it.
Right.
It's like
So
a
that's why
training
men are not
wow.
supposed to see that because you will feel embarrassed. That's a theory that has been
Yeah.
thrown out.
Yeah.
But we don't know. We don't know.
Hypothesizing
Nice.
this, yeah.
Interesting.
And it's just that I feel like it's getting better.
Yeah, it has to.
I mean,
hope.
everyone knows what it is, and
Yeah.
it's getting better. I mean, it's just a cultural thing, I guess.
Yeah. Plus, there's the Family Planning Association here in Sri Lanka that is doing a great job where they
Yeah.
actually go, like he said, from like town, and they would have educational camps and say, this is how this works and this is what this is, and they try to normalize that.
Yeah.
But from where we come to where we are right now, we're kind of back on the times. So we are 1940s.
Yeah. This is exactly what it is.
Absolutely, brother. Yeah.
Exactly what he said.
Still with you there. Jack the
Exactly.
Ripper is somewhere in Sri Lanka. You just have to find the guy. But it is still a work in progress.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it because, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bit of a shock. Like, that really is a shock.
I think there's more things we can say to Shocker if we think really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he said, so my mom would take it very personally to make sure that all 3 of her children are married. And it's a personal insult on her that is a judgment from her friend group.
Yes.
That your children got married before my children got married.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's this
Really?
so there's this TikToker, her name is Ganguly. All right. She makes amazing content
Yeah.
about this entire situation because
She creates this auntie character.
yeah, it is always that dude, that judgment thing. So no matter how achieved you are
Yeah.
as a woman, if you're not married, okay, then
You're nothing.
You're nothing. I mean,
Actually-
close to nothing, but yeah.
It's funny you say that because when I first got here, when I met people, so
They all
I
ask.
like whether I got in a tuk-tuk or whether I was just at a shop or walking down the road, are you married? And I was like, I don't know if you want to marry me or if you're going to judge me for not being married. So I would say no. And then I was like, if I just start wearing a ring, I was
Right.
like, then maybe they'll just think I'm married. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I found it really strange because one of the first questions people ask is, especially actually one of my Sri Lankan friends went to the family home. And the first thing his dad asked me was, are you married?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And he was like, why not?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I can't tell you.
Nobody likes me. I don't know.
John
I've not
isn't
been that
ready
lucky.
yet. John hasn't come yet.
I've not been that lucky in love.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
man.
yeah.
That is it. And it's so now I'm not. Right? So it's less of a
Why,
strain on
why
me.
not? Why not?
Sorry,
Why
wait,
not?
wait,
Why
wait.
not? Why not?
Wait, wait,
Why?
Amma Tata, wait,
Why? Why?
John?
I was about to actually ask you this. Are you married?
No.
Like-
Why
So-
not? Why not?
So it's less of a pressure on me to be married than it is on my sister.
Really?
Okay. I mean,
Why is that?
Male, female.
But why is the female held to a higher account for marriage than a man?
Because back in the day, I guess to defend the woman or whatever. Because once the parents are they're going to die at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the woman, they assume, cannot defend herself. So that
Right.
The woman needs looking after.
yeah, looking
Yeah.
after.
I guess as well, though, females play or did back in the day a different role
Yeah.
to the man, and the man is very much the provider here.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
still the way, or how does it go now? Like, what's it look like now?
It is the understood way.
Understood way,
Th-
but we
there
have-
are exemptions to the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is becoming more common. But it is very much understood that you're the man, you make the money, you're the one you stay at home.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
but-
I'm
but-
just going to quit online
keep-
coaching and I'll be
Get
sat at
some
home.
kids. Take care of the kids.
She keeps saying she wants the princess lifestyle, and I'm like, I've got to start earning
like,
some more money.
if we're
You
gonna
have come
stay-
to the right culture.
Yeah. John, I'm just going to throw out there now. If we are to stay in Sri Lanka for the foreseeable, you're going to have to up your game because we are really adopting the Sri Lankan lifestyle. So,
But the thing he said is it's just the general stereotype. But
Yeah.
it's not common.
No.
It's like
It's
my
been-
wife is working
Yeah.
and my mom was working.
okay.
My grandmother was also a working lady. So it's just
It's being debunked over and over again.
It's
Yeah.
just
But the
your
understood
choice.
works,
You have
yeah.
a choice to work. It's
Yeah.
just that some men who have this really old mindset of like, no, you don't work. You stay home.
Yeah.
You get 1 or 2 in 100 of men. If you put them in a room, you get 1 or 2 things that way.
But
Yeah.
would you say sometimes the women want to not work? Because I know, like, again, like cultural differences in England.
yeah.
Sometimes you get plenty of women that like, I want to be a mother, I want to stay
Yeah,
at
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
But then you also get plenty that want to work.
the-
Probably more on that side, but
The thing is, it 100% has to be their choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But because of some cultural things, sometimes it's not a choice. Sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's there.
Once you find that newspaper, that swipe right, however that newspaper swipe right thing works, man. Puta, come take a seat.
Do
Sir,
you
I
know?
found somebody.
I'm going to shock you even more. There's a guy called a Kapua. He goes door to door. Like he knows all the singles in the area, right? He knows all the he's an older dude. He knows all the singles, the men, the women, and then he couples them. He goes to this house and
Like
be like
matchmaking.
Yeah, like a matchmaker. But he goes house to house. He'll be like, he'll go meet the father straight. He won't even meet you. Let's say if he comes to your house, he'll speak to your dad. He'll be like, sir, there's a nice lady in that house. Matching. Eyes are same, nose are same. I'll get the horoscope and match the horoscope and all that. And then your dad will be like, oh, all right, and give him some money. Then he'll bring her horoscope, your horoscope. First, they check the horoscope.
Yes,
Oh,
I've
give me
heard
some
about
money.
this.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, well, like,
There's
he's
this-
paying for the matchmaking.
Yeah, he's paying the matchmaking.
Well,
That's
you
how
have to. You can't
Yes.
expect it as a free service. Yeah. There's money to be made.
And once the horoscope matches, then they make you two meet.
Yes.
And then there's pressure from both sides. He's good, many.
Plus the
Yeah.
horoscopes are matching. Sorry.
Horoscopes are matching.
Because I've heard about this with the horoscopes. Like, I don't really understand exactly how it works, but I have heard it is
None of
all
us
to
do
do
it.
with the stars and
You don't have to understand.
You
it,
know,
just
all of
know.
those
There's
kind of
this
things.
thing that looks like
Yes.
a math table. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a mathematical thing. Even I don't understand clearly, but my parents, they believe in it very strongly. Like
Yeah.
even when I told my parents about my wife, first thing they were like, we need to see a horoscope. And then they went to
Really?
this dude and they did the whole calculation thing. Like they want to match more than 50%.
right.
That's the common rule.
That's the success ratio.
That's a success. If your horoscope is more than 50% or 60% matching, it's going to be a good marriage.
I now want to see if our horoscopes match.
So you need your birth time and birth day, and then the dude will make it for you.
Right. That's
if
something we're gonna
this
do
is
off
the
camera.
episode that makes and or breaks your will, we still want credit for it.
It's like it matches. It's like it's only 20.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not applicable because we are not from here. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fair
Oh,
enough.
you have a win-win situation, dude. 80% and above, yeah, it's meant to be. Anything below 50, yeah, we're not from Sri Lanka.
Exactly. So, yeah, it doesn't really count.
Island people and their garbage.
So now we've been speaking about the real shocks. Any other shocks you want to talk about?
I can't remember.
I think for me, it's probably been food.
Food,
Yeah.
spicy.
No, it's just been like more the like in the UK and in the West, like convenience food, especially obviously down south, like in Colombo, you've probably got a lot more convenience food available. But
Fast
like,
food, like
Yeah, or like even I think also pushed through the heat. Like things just don't last
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's crazy. And like in England, we'll like go and buy like a week's worth of food, and then won't go to the shops again. But like we go literally every single day to go and buy chicken or vegetables or whatever, and it's a completely different way of life to like being back in England.
All right.
It's, I love it. It's great. It's just totally different.
How about the food itself? Like, is it too spicy for you? Is it too much carb because you're a runner?
No, like carbs are good. We're here for the carbs.
Yeah.
Here, man, the carbs are good.
The carbs are good. Carbs are fuel.
You heard that? It's fuel.
Yoshan,
Exactly.
Yoshan, there is carbs are fuel and there's too much carbs.
But like I've never eaten so much rice. Like
Oh, yeah.
Like
so that's the thing, right? So 33 years, I was brought up with eat.
Yeah.
Eat and no more. So yeah, it's understandable.
It's like when I don't, at least one of my meal needs to be rice. If not, I feel lost. Like, I'll be like, why is there no rice today? I've been like,
Really?
since we could eat, it's
Yeah.
been rice. Sometimes all
Yeah.
3 meals are rice.
I mean,
Well, this is what I've heard.
I'm
yeah.
on three rice meals a day. Like rice
Brother,
powder.
brother, I can't do it, man. I can't do it
I'm
anymore.
like rice powder for breakfast, rice for lunch, rice for dinner.
And I'm
That's
rice.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm so used to it. Like, when at least one should be rice. If not, I go like, I feel like I haven't eaten.
Yeah, this is very true. I'm the same. But actually, last night I mixed it up. I had rice noodles with a side of rice. I was like,
Sorry, but
She's more Sri Lankan than us
I
now.
was like, I'll have rice noodles to mix it up, but I think I'll have a side of rice with that. So, yeah.
I think we both missed the red meat though.
Yeah. That's something
Oh,
that's
fair.
actually, that's a thing that's not big here, is it? People don't eat a lot of red meat.
No,
Is that correct?
is that beef?
Yeah,
Beef,
beef.
yeah.
Yeah. So-
Beef is available. It's just a
Yeah.
bit expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
That's
thing.
it,
And it's
yeah.
also very shit quality beef.
Yeah, we don't
I
have the
would-
best.
I would agree.
Like-
yeah.
If you're into it, I'll tell you a good place after the podcast. They're not paying us, so I don't want to advertise them.
If you'd like to pay. Yeah, exactly.
If you want to be advertised here, pay us. I'll tell you after the podcast a good place to get good red meat.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's in Colombo, so it's a long drive again.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I think
we'll make
it could also be the fact that you guys are down. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because you're down south that they don't have too many.
I think
I
it's-
don't know.
I think
But
it's
since
probably-
there are foreigners there, I would
But then
expect.
everybody's vegan there.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's more
yeah.
the quality and then also the price.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously in the UK we're used to loads of red meat. Like,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
and I know obviously we don't eat so much red meat in Sri Lanka. It's a lot of chicken, a lot of fish, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's not necessarily location, it's just availability and the price that it comes
I mean,
with it.
we calculated how many chicken thighs we get
Oh
through
my gosh,
in a week.
it's embarrassing. How many do you think?
How
Okay.
many?
How many do you
Okay.
think?
No. Take a guess. This is on average. This is just average. It
Are
could
you,
be
are you
more.
going? Are you going by weight? Oh my people again. Are you going by weight or are you going by
the
pieces?
like
The
pieces.
pieces.
Okay, so
for a
actually
day,
this
for a
is-
day, 3 meals.
No, so for 1 week, so the minimum amount of chicken thighs that we eat.
We're talking like, I don't know, like chicken thighs like that big.
Yeah. Between us.
50 pieces?
He's doing some maths here.
I go through 2 kilos of chicken thigh in about
Oh yeah, he's also a health.
3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, and in 2 kilos you get 22 pieces or 23 pieces, give or take. Yeah.
So what do you reckon for 1 week?
So
Between two
about
of us?
about 40 to 60 pieces I will have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
54 minimum a week.
Minimum.
We are funding the
I saw
chicken
rice
industry.
Eat some chicken.
I do.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
So much chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And again, like one of the deterring factors for me, and I remember this, I had a photo shoot in Mirisa, which was the first time I've actually ever been in Mirisa,
Yeah.
right?
I've never been to Miris.
I went, I saw the prices there, and I was like, bro, this is literally bread and an egg on it. That's $3,500. And I was like,
What?
wow, I'm not paying this shit.
Yeah.
Did you say Ganang Wedi?
And he's like, learn from her. I was like, "Mona piece of the bomb maker, mona get the palm, you know." So I was like, I'm not coming and spending more money out here. So that
Yeah.
could be one of the things as well. It's because it's such a white community that the prices are anyway about double or triple for you guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also this whole vegan thing is starting with the white.
This whole vegan thing.
Oh, is the vegan thing coming here now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, don't worry,
Yeah.
we're
there
I
was a
think-
time in the UK where I think it was trendy to be vegan.
It's trendy here.
Is it
Yeah.
this is still not trendy? Is it?
Like,
oh no, it
I
definitely.
think no, it's not as trendy anymore. I think
Oh,
it
really?
had its time, and now it is just actual vegans who committed to the process.
Ah, yeah,
Oh,
the-
okay.
those people I respect.
Right, yeah, the actual one.
Yeah, the
I think the
actual.
problem is like as fitness people, like we've seen plenty of people that have been vegans, tried to get into fitness, and then realize that you really can't
You
sustain.
really can't. It's the
You're
dumbest
missing
thing ever.
out
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
much.
But
nutrients
most
and
Sri
stuff.
Lankans, I would say, are vegetarians. They're not
Yes.
vegans, they're vegetarians.
Fair.
That was the shock. One of the food shocks
What is that?
about when you like have a rice and curry
Yeah.
or something, and the like the tiny bit of chicken or fish that you get, and I was like,
When you go to a shop, the understood theory is you serve the rice with another plate.
Yeah, you
So
take
you
a
get
bowl.
plate of rice, and then get a small teaspoon of curry. One piece of chicken. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was coming from the UK and eating a lot of meat in general, and probably with pretty much every meal.
Yeah.
And then to sit there with my first rice and curry, I remember opening it, and it was actually in what I can only determine as like fish and chip shop paper, and or like newspaper or something.
Right, yeah.
And I was like that, and I undid it, and I was like, what is that? I was like, and it was genuinely a piece of fish this size.
Yeah.
But it was just brown. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I was like, I don't even think it's a
Set it
mouthful.
free back into the ocean.
I was like, but it's just because we're used to it. And I remember thinking, like, is there more meat in this? But it's just because we're so used to eating so much meat.
No, but
like,
then the way that is the healthy way to eat, right?
Yeah.
It should not be carbs.
yeah, you definitely need a bit more of the protein and a bit less of the carb.
Everything else, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that's just how they make their buck.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
They'll
meat is
just
expensive.
fill you up on fucking rice,
Yeah.
so that you won't go for refills.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That is
I'm
fun.
in that trap.
Yeah, that's the thing. And there are people who contribute to it. But yeah.
Well, lack of education.
It's like you're blaming me on.
How long did it take for you to feel comfortable? You've been here only 2 months, right?
I think it probably took about because I came for 2 weeks.
April.
Yeah, like a month before I came here. So I kind of had a bit of an idea of what it was going to be like. She's constantly saying to me, "Are you sure you're enjoying it? Are you sure you're enjoying it?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. And it probably took like 3 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks. But yeah, I think the biggest one was just getting used to the heat and the humidity. Yeah.
What did you bring? Like, did you bring anything special? Like, if you want another person from UK coming down, what special thing you should bring?
Protein powder.
You look right in that camera and tell your mum.
Protein powder, electrolytes, and creatine. Those are like electrolytes. Because when working out and sweating so much.
Those are available here.
No, that's why I brought them with me.
Really?
So they
It's
are
high-priced.
available, but the price
It's
is
mad
a lot
pricey.
higher. I think we have such easy access to it
Yeah.
in the UK.
I
but
don't
the
even know what
price is,
keratin powder is.
like-
I know the other two. I don't even know what keratin powder is. Is it something for the hair, for the nails?
For the hair.
but,
That was just a lot of shorts and t-shirts. That was it.
yeah.
No, you don't even have to bring the t-shirts. Just bring the shorts. You don't need anything else.
Yeah, I mean, clothes here are pretty cheap, I would guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, a lot of clothes, like there's a lot of clothes brands here.
So, again, the keratin, the
No, not
electrolytes.
keratin. Keratin is hair.
The keratin is here.
Creatine.
Creatine.
Oh, I said it wrong.
The keratin to grow your luscious locks.
So, keratin.
Creatine.
You just say it, man.
So creatine, protein powder, protein bars,
Electrolytes.
electrolytes.
Yeah.
But the electrolytes you get in like family and stuff.
The king coconut.
Yeah.
Yes. Someone
Yeah.
did say to me, actually, they were like, why don't you just drink king coconuts? Because I was like, I literally need to drink them all the time, especially when I arrived in February where it was so hot. Genuinely, I was like a tap. Whatever went in just sweated back
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And I think because we're just not used to it. And this is one thing I'd say if you've never visited Sri Lanka, that the humidity hits like nothing else. Like I've been to many places around the world, but nothing hits like the Sri Lankan heat because
It really
you
messes my hair.
I can't see
You're
that.
telling me. But yeah, basically, I remember like just sweating buckets and just never being able to take on enough, but also thinking that I would be okay.
Yeah.
And then just having no energy because I just couldn't get enough salt in. And that's another thing. Like Sri Lankans don't like salt. Or am I wrong? Is it just
Salt?
down south?
Oh, no. We over love salt.
Really? Down south, they do not like salt.
The
There is salt in
the
nothing.
Sri Lankans don't like salt, or is it? It could be
Yeah.
this, right? So my brother's a consultant chef, all right. But a majority of the stuff he cooks is for the down south community. So
Right.
that jackass doesn't use salt either. So it could be just for your palace that they haven't used it.
Because
Yeah.
most people in Sri Lanka, because my wife's in the medical field, she says that 70% of people have high blood pressure because they just put salt into the food. Like, there's a lot of salt involved.
There's a lot of salt and there's a lot of sugar. So you're not having a tea with sugar. You're having sugar with tea.
You have sugar with tea.
I mean, for me, like I need to get the calories in. She's trying to get me bulked up. Like,
Have you ever told someone no sugar in the tea and the guy gets offended?
Really?
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Oh,
Like if you go
really?
outstation, like really far away, and they make tea for you, and you're like, please don't put sugar in my cup of tea. And they're like, no sugar?
Yeah, they're like, how you don't like tea? You don't like tea?
How do you drink it without sugar? No sugar? My God.
Yeah,
Are you married? Are you married?
Are you married? Another one on the are you married? And I don't know if this is just because I'm female or if guys get this is, where are you going? And I'm like,
Yeah, I never got this question.
No, you've never had it. But
What?
literally,
Please ask him.
yeah. Like I'll be walking home from the gym and somebody will just arrive on their bike and they're like, we're going. And I'm like, home. Where's home? And I'm like, I don't know if I should tell you, or like, what are you doing? Or yeah, all of these kind of things. And are you married? And I'm like, when I get asked where are you going and are you married, then I'm like, maybe I'll walk a different direction because I don't know if it's normal or not.
Bro, if I see you, I will ask you.
Yeah, you
Guaranteed.
ask.
I will like, bro, where are you going? Are you married?
Yeah, exactly. But I wasn't sure if it was like a normal thing or if it's just.
It's not. I don't think. It's just that I think those guys saw you as a girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think as well as another thing is I've shocked some Sri Lankan men and probably females
With
as well.
the electric taser?
Yeah, no.
It's like,
Yeah, with
oh yeah,
rather than-
I mean, you want to flex?
No,
You want to
like-
flex with the camera? And
Flex. Go ahead.
Ah, damn!
that
I'm also
wasn't-
going to flex.
I didn't do a full flex because I'll probably bust it. But
Close enough.
you don't see many kind of muscly females, I think is probably a good way to put it. And obviously like wearing like tank tops or whatever else. And the amount of times that people were just going past like on their bikes, like almost crashing. And I was like, I don't know. Yeah. Exactly. But now I have some guy, he doesn't cycle, he drives past me on his scooter every day and he goes like this. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'll just work with it. So yeah, but I think that's I've kind of shocked Sri Lankans maybe in that way, the southern ones.
Yes,
So,
in the south.
yeah, maybe not so much
You
Colombo.
take off and show your abs and
Yeah.
like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Exactly.
hasn't had quite the same effect yet on the guys.
I think
These two will be on two sides of the Gall Road just shocking people.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see the news. A lot of car accidents because two white people are having a muscle man posing competition.
Seeing who can be asked, are you married the most amount
There
of
you
times?
go, yeah,
Exactly.
I've got no hope.
So other than that, your most favorite thing here? I mean, other than the fact that we are trying to feed you and
overfeed you.
Yeah,
Overfeed you.
overfeed us.
Overfeed
Yeah.
anything you would
Overfeed
say.
you, give you diabetes and apparently high blood
pressure. Your most favorite thing about our culture, like what is something that you wish you could take back to England and teach them there?
I think how people are quite relaxed here, and also how friendly and like giving they are, and not trying to rush around literally everywhere. Of course, rushing around the roads, I've got that, it's fine. But other than that, like back home, everyone's just in this one groove and not thinking outside or seeing other people.
Oh, interesting.
And
For me, it's definitely the dance house. So when it's like
dance house.
Oh, right.
whatever else, I wish in the UK we did more giving like that. Like it's incredible to see. Like I
Yeah.
never knew that this was going to happen, and I remember like just seeing these like hordes of people lining up for miles on end and thinking like, what is this? And
Just
it's
for
free
free ice cream.
food. But yeah, it's ice cream, it's rice and curry, it's drinks, it's everything. And I know it's obviously in celebration with like poyas and whatever else, but it's absolutely amazing to see, and it's so nice to watch. And it just goes to show like the giving of the Sri Lankan community, which is really, really beautiful. So I wish we were a bit more giving in the Western world in the same sort of way. So I'm not saying we're not, but to that extent, where
Yeah.
people are literally giving out free meals and whatnot, like for certain reasons, it's amazing.
my family has a dance hall every year for Vesak.
Yeah.
We started with ice cream, but now it has evolved into sandwiches.
Nice.
This time we gave 250 sandwiches, and it just finished in like I think 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We've been cutting bread the whole morning, and then boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, and it's gone.
So our gym was handing out ice creams. So
Right.
we were
Yeah,
like,
we were.
let's go and like help and basically scoop ice creams. And I have never seen so many people, but the little smile on everyone's
Yeah.
faces and the kids coming up
an
and everything like
experience.
that,
It was-
you cannot beat it.
It was such an intense experience, just like scooping ice cream after ice cream for like an hour and a half. I was like, brain was like fried afterwards, just like.
but we must have served like maybe like 2,000 to 3,000 ice creams,
Oh,
and it was like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just wild, but it was so nice as well.
The thing is, it's not like these people can't afford ice cream. It's just the experience of it. They
Yeah.
like go home and like, Mom, I went to a dansal. You know, it's like a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like when we were younger, when I was not this big, I was walking a lot.
When you used to run for fun, yeah.
When I used to, I don't think I've ever done that. Anyway, so for Vesak, I used to go with a group of friends to like, we have this pandals, you know, big boards with lights and stories on it. So you just stand there and like each board gets lit up and then there's like a story happening. It's called a pandal. I'll show you a picture of it.
Okay.
I think I know what
Then,
you mean.
then we have lanterns, big
The lanterns, yeah, I
that
saw them.
rotates and all.
Exact,
So
yeah.
we used to identify those things, see all that, and then hit up all the dancers. Like we have a plan, we have a roadmap. There's a dancer here, there's a dancer here, there's a dancer here. You stay there, okay, we get the food there, we come here. And we would be so full by the time we get home.
Yeah.
Like 3 in the morning and we're like,
Some of the queues,
Yeah.
the length of the queues I saw were insane.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't imagine how long the people were like queuing up for. I was like, but fair play.
it's just a group of friends. It's just
I
fun.
guess you're just chatting in the
It's
queue.
like a day
and
out,
spending
right?
It's like,
It is,
yeah,
man.
everyone's like chatting, everyone's getting together, and they're like, it's another. I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think you have done it.
I think that's how you get the people of the community together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful to watch and really beautiful to be
So,
a part
so
of
the
as well.
the backstory of Dansals was back then when Vesak was happening. It usually the big Vesak festivals used to happen in Colombo limits, where they have a road full of lanterns and all this. So people from outstation used to come into Colombo to see these. So there was no way of getting food and stuff. So people used to offer free food for them. That's how the whole Dansal concept started.
And how long ago was that?
I couldn't say. I couldn't guess even.
I don't know. I think it's a long
time.
lasting
It's
tradition.
it's long time.
yeah.
It's
so-
almost as long as the lines in the danza. That's just how
Then
long.
Yeah.
for Posong, people would usually go outstation. Where's it?
Anuradhapura.
Anuradhapura, is it?
Yeah. Well, Yeshika has
Yeah,
Anuradhapura.
yeah. So towards Anuradhapura side. So then for Posong, that's after Vesak, the dancers are there. We have still in Colombo dancers, but the
Happening ones?
The happening ones are there.
Right.
So when people go out there, they have food there. So it's kind of a thing. But nowadays there's dancers everywhere. It doesn't even matter if it's Vesak or Posong. It just happens everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I enjoy myself in those.
Yeah, man. It's always nice to see community give back to community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think it just summarizes Sri Lankans that they
We'll
are very
scam
giving.
you, but we'll feed you.
Yeah, we'll scam you, but we'll give you food and you'll feel better for
hand
it.
we take, the other we give.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you actually being scammed? I mean, you still.
Yeah, it's how you invest your money. It's how we invest your money for you.
Let me take that for
It's
you.
still up.
Other than down south, have you all been anywhere else in Sri Lanka and Colombo?
Not yet. We're planning to.
All right. I highly recommend the Elder Train.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had quite a lot on between coming in and out of the country for
Yeah.
you and then me going away and then we were in Malaysia and whatever else. So we've actually got to sit down and make a plan because we want to do some of the national parks, do the Kandy to Ella train.
Yes.
good
Yala, Uduwalawe for elephants.
Yes. Yeah.
Jaffna for crab.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, are you guys into crab? So there's like a different crab in each district.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you have the Jaffna crab, the Nigambo mud crab, and then you have the Batiklo crab. It's different.
What?
And these are the ones that you eat, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just you take them home.
One for you, one for you, one for you.
I want to take those kind of crabs home.
It's all made in a different way.
Right.
Like, and each one has its own unique flavor, and so
Oh wow.
yeah.
That is-
I also
yeah.
noted recently. I thought all crab was crab.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of historical sites you should go and see.
Yeah.
You should absolutely go to Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa and all that and see the
Yeah, we need to. I think because we're staying here, we've caught in that trap where we're like, we'll do this, we're gonna do it, and then we're like, no, we actually have to do it. So we have to make the.
I think
time to do it.
the other twist here is, unlike him, because I'm in Colombo and I use it as an excuse, I haven't gone sightseeing either.
No, do you know what? I met a guy the other day, a Sri Lankan guy, and
Is he married?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think he is. Yeah. But
She asked.
Are you married?
Are you married? Yeah. Where are you going?
There
And
you go.
he just had his 40th birthday, and he was like, I went here and I went there. It's everywhere in Sri Lanka, and I was like, have you never done it before? And he was like, nope. He was like, he's been Colombo based for
Oh, there you go.
the whole of his life. And yeah, he's like, I have never done any part of Sri Lanka.
That's probably
so,
me.
Yeah.
Like,
so I think it's normal.
I live in Kalabovila, like walking distance to the zoo,
Right.
the national zoo of Sri Lanka.
You've never been.
You've never been.
I have not, like before my daughter was born, I went there when I was in school.
When you were her age.
Yeah,
for
when
a
I was
school
her
trip.
school trip. I
Love
never
it.
went after that. And then after my daughter was born, I took her once or twice. And I was like, we can walk to the zoo. And like people come from miles away.
Yeah. But you never use what's on your doorstep,
No,
100%. Because when you're in it, you don't do it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm planning to go to Aragon Bay in August so far. That's,
nice.
I think that's very surfy over there, but you're doing a running race.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, a race. You're
Yeah.
going to run from where to where?
half marathon race,
That's 15 kilometers?
21k. Yeah.
You can take the kites. Okay.
I'll drive, man. I'll come by, you're like, where are you going?
Very good. Hey, very good.
21 kilometers of
Yeah.
running?
Yeah.
Wow. And a full marathon is 50?
42.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. I thought like half marathon was like 10 and full was like 20 at least. 42. Have you done a full marathon?
One.
Once.
I've done it once.
Did
yeah.
you finish it?
Yeah, I finished.
Have you done a full marathon?
no, I've not. I've done a half marathon, which he dragged me around.
Like,
literally.
Calm, we'll go.
Dua Gani, run, woman.
I was shouting at her to go faster, basically.
And I was shouting some terrible words back at him.
Oh.
So,
I hope in Sinhalese.
yeah, at that point, no, this was a few years ago. I didn't know any Sinhalese at that point. But
yeah.
now I know my Sinhalese words, then I shall
That's
use
why
those
it
next
took time for this to start.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
made her run.
I didn't have my Sinhalese naughty words to use, so that's why. But yeah.
Oh my god, I'm still getting over the fact that that's so many kilometers.
Being fitness enthusiasts, how did you cope with the culture? So especially for the fact that I know how hard it is diet-wise.
Yeah, it's diet-wise, it's definitely hard.
Yeah. Did you guys face any other difficulties with regards to fitness?
The humidity?
I think the humidity, I mean,
Yeah.
from a running perspective, you can't, like in England, I'd normally go out like lunchtime.
Right. Oh, well, sorry, I've never heard of that concept ever in my
Do
life.
you not sleep after a meal? It's like lunch.
Like that's that.
Yeah.
But that is also the sun is it's
That's-
high noon,
yeah.
That's what I
brother.
mean, yeah. So here, we have to go out like before, unless if you're out past like 7:30,
You're
cooked.
mad. Yeah.
I tend to go out around, between 4 and 5.
In the morning.
Yeah, if I'm gonna run.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
6.
You're trying to sit and wake up at that time.
Does that time exist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm normally like between like 6 and 7,
Yeah.
or go.
like a normal 6 or 7. That's
Yeah.
human time.
Yeah.
Is
4
it-
or 5 is devil climbing tree time.
Yeah, I'm in non-human time.
Wow,
But,
okay.
Yeah, it's just so hot, and like I think that's the biggest challenge is the training in the heat.
heat.
Like you just can't prepare
Is it
yourself
at
for
4
it.
in the morning the guys are asking you where you're going?
yeah,
That's
exactly.
not normal.
That's a
not
justifiable
normal.
thing, dude.
That's not normal.
They're
They're-
chasing me on their bike,
So-
saying,
so-
"Where are you going?"
No, you have to understand that there's a local female spirit called the Mohini.
Oh, all right.
So these dudes
Right,
must be
fair
genuinely scared.
What's this?
So there's this, it's a like urban legend, right? So if you are walking in the middle of the night on the road and there's this chick in a sari,
I said that was a chick.
a lady in a sari, and she's carrying a baby, and she'll be like, she'll ask you to hold the baby because her sari is falling. She needs to fix it. At that point, if you look at her in a lustful way, she's gonna kill you. Like that's the urban legend. She's a
Wow.
ghost. She's a ghost.
Oh, okay.
So right
Yeah,
in the
it's
middle of
not,
the
not
night.
just some random woman's actually walking down the road holding a jar.
So
yeah.
in the middle of the night, if you see a woman, usually people who
you accelerate.
then you drive faster.
So basically, what's happening is these guys are not going to stop and ask me where I'm going or if I'm.
No,
happy.
they're checking to see if she's human. She's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
"Nah, she's human, she's okay.
And that's like a group of people. Oh, thank God we can walk down the road.
They're like all looking through the Amma series. Is that Mohini or is that cat?
Yeah, exactly. What's she called?
Mohini.
Mohini.
Yeah, you say it 3 times, she probably appear now.
Yeah, it's a Bloody Mary but Mohini.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember doing that as a kid actually.
Bloody
Did she
Mary?
come?
Yeah,
did,
Mary.
did Mary come?
I can't actually remember. I
Oh,
probably,
yeah, well,
I probably
Oh!
blocked her from my mind.
You,
but, yeah.
I don't know.
Your future house has to have no mirrors.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Damn.
The other one's is the street dogs.
Oh,
yeah.
street dogs.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I learned how to deal with them from another fitness activity, cycling. But like, your instinct is to run. when they start barking at you and coming after you to like run faster. But like I know you just have to just stop and walk.
If you run, they will chase you.
Exactly.
You need to look them in the eye and be like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die like a man now.
I mean, quite often, as soon as you like stop and turn around, look at them, they like back off. And, they're not going to chase you.
They're more scared of you.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
Since you have come here, like since you have experienced that culture, what have you changed personally, like to like in a good way? Is there anything like that, or are you guys still the same people that left UK?
I'm definitely not the same person, like at all. I think I'm much more relaxed because I think in Sri Lanka you have to have a very open mind. And I think because it's so different, but it's very much taught me. I think it's probably living in the South, not so much in Colombo, but it's very much taught me to just enjoy the simple things in life and really strip things back. And it's actually really interesting when you talk to people, because a lot of Sri Lankans are trying to get out of Sri Lanka to go to the Western world. And what you notice is people from the Western world are trying to come this way. And because we're both chasing the opposite things. So I'm chasing a simple, very nice, relaxed life. But having come from like highly stressful situations, that kind of stuff, I'd say now I just have probably quite a Sri Lankan mentality. It's like with the Sri Lankan like driving, it's the Sri Lankan mentality or no mentality at all. Like if you execute English rules, it's not going to work. So it's the same in terms of mindset. And I think, I've become a much more relaxed version of myself since living here and just really chilling out.
I think with that the thing is Sri Lankans are always fed the idea that abroad you can make a better living and therefore your standard of living and your quality of life is much better.
It's what they show on the media.
But then that is the grass is greener concept.
Exactly.
We've discussed this like quite a few times, sort of it might be better in one instance, but it's going to be worse in another instance. I think there's that fable about the fisherman and that's saying like, oh, why don't you want to like employ another fisherman and then you can buy a boat and then etc and you'll have more money but you'll have less time. You could have just continued earning the small living and still having a lot more time.
And what about you? Anything?
I think I've probably at points I've now realized like I don't know how I had time for a full-time job back in England. I think I've just learned that like things over here some things take longer than what they used to back home, but like I think I've just learned to just sort of relax and not worry about a lot of things and just let things happen, which
chill. So if you want to chill, come to Sri Lanka.
Very much so.
I'm on the tip.
But if you want to chill, he's the spokesman.
It's an interesting one because I remember the girl whose house I stay at. Basically, I remember the first week she was like, "Do you love it or do you hate it?" And I was like, why would she ask if I hated it? Like, as soon as I came to Sri Lanka, although it is mildly chaotic in many ways, it's given me a sense of peace, which I never knew I needed. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it to people. Like, I would highly recommend people come here because it's so magical in so many ways, wild in others, but it is magical in so many ways. And
maybe it's just that you found what you're looking for.
I also think so. You found exactly what you needed.
But it does come back to that thing of we're often chasing more, but sometimes just to strip it back. And actually, because Sri Lanka is a little bit behind, it's quite nice because you get what was rather than what is. So don't leave Sri Lanka, stay here. You've got it good. Don't go to the Western world. It's highly stressful.
Podcasting වලට උනන්දු දක්වන ඔයාලට master class by Bruno Divakar දැන් slvlog web අඩවියෙන් ලබාගත හැකියි.
The sad part is even though so many people are migrating, the traffic has not reduced. I do this car. It's like all these stats on the news, like this many people, like this many people. I'm like, the road is still blocked. Who is going? All these people who can't afford cars, I guess. So I have one last question. Amanda, do you have anything else?
Yes, that's the last question that I asked.
All right, you can go ahead with it.
All right. We'll take turns. All right.
Okay.
If you were the president of Sri Lanka,
oh gosh,
what are 3 things? I'm giving you time. What are 3 things you would change about it?
Oh wow, that's a 3.
3.
He's like, I wish I was doing my electrical job.
I think that is a difficult
Thank
question.
you.
I've got one.
You have time for 2?
Isn't there like there's like a real restriction on like imports, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I would definitely like ease things up on that.
That's because of the dollar crisis. We are having a lack of US dollars in the country. So that's
Right.
why we have that restrictions in imports.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be logical. Don't worry.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be logical. It doesn't have to be logical. We just want a fun answer.
I think if you've got one, then you go.
I would sort the roads out
All right.
because it is chaos
the
out
roads
there.
are good.
You'll
No,
do
they
what,
are
the roads?
good, but as in like not as in they're bad, but just so people.
This is your lane. This is your
Yeah.
lane. You stay here.
Exactly.
You stay here.
Like so people actually could get places without just constantly ramming because it's a little stressful sometimes, you know.
That's
when you're
for
sat
you.
there and you're like,
If you want to relax and be a little stressed, come to Sri Lanka.
it's the only thing that stresses me out. But like, yeah, 100%, I would like put some rules in place on the roads that people understood. I think.
You
Yeah.
like rules, don't you?
Yeah, you what?
You like rules.
Well, no, not necessarily. Like, I've never abided by rules. Well, I have to an extent, but yeah, I think just it would help the road situation, and people could be that little bit calmer, even more.
But see, this is the thing, Kat, right? We grew up with it, so this is
Yeah.
normal for
This
us.
is normal for us.
So-
When we
You
go to
must be losing your
UK,
mind,
when
yeah.
we go to UK, we're like, what are these guys
Why
doing?
are they
They're
just
so
staying?
slow? Why is he stopping? Red means that.
So the other day I was doing a shoot, and I think it took me 2 hours to get to the shoot, and the guy who lived in Colombo literally was like, it's taken me longer than it has you to get here from the south, because trying to get from one side of Colombo to the other in the morning traffic took him like almost 2.5 hours.
There are these time pockets you have to avoid.
Yeah.
The office traffic, the school
School
traffic,
traffic.
and the finish work.
The other schools, yeah.
Yeah.
Even in the south, it's crazy times.
Like
Yeah.
school traffic is like parents forget road rules. It's like, my kid. Also, when it rains, we forget how to drive.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, everyone just forgets front and back when it rains. Everyone's like,
Two more rules.
God, this
Come
is.
on.
Okay, so now in the hypothetical, in this utopia, road rules are applied and
now
adhered to.
road routes are fixed.
Okay, tuk-tuk drivers clearly don't exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that would not work.
No.
Buses are much slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, John.
Oh, I'm struggling.
It's got to be something.
To any foreigner watching this, this is how perfect our country is. You see that?
Yeah.
There can't point any faults in our country.
Exactly. That is very true.
is.
We would change nothing.
So, perfect country to chill and be stressed a little bit.
Yes.
Sri
Everyone's a
Lanka.
little bit of stress.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good kind of stress.
Exactly.
Chill with
well-
a little stress.
What would you
Oh.
change? There we go.
Flip the question.
There's no you nor reverse kind
Come
of
on,
thing. Watch out.
because
No,
you've
no.
lived here for however many years, 30-something years.
Yeah.
So what's
I
one
would say that whole 7:30 means 7:30. And that
the
needs
time.
to be-
time?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
time. But that you can't change as the president, no?
I will make sure. If you are late by 5 minutes, you owe that bucket.
You'll pay a fine.
Yeah, that is one thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is I will let cops to almost an absurd rate charge anybody they see either littering or spitting on the road.
Oh, yeah.
You can you
Especially
you get
the
that.
bulla, the red-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that on camera, bro. You can charge them 50,000 rupees.
I
Does
hate
everyone
it.
really like bad gums and like
Yeah.
what's with that?
It's a type of leaf with some herbs in it.
Ah.
So there's tobacco in it and all, and they chew and they get a little high.
You get a buzz out of it.
You get a buzz.
But where does the
So that beetle, the fruit becomes like a red kind of a juice with your saliva.
Right.
You can't swallow it. It's toxic. It's not good for you.
Oh,
I mean,
so it's not blood they're spitting.
it's not blood.
No,
it's
it's not
blood.
blood.
right.
You're talking about blood.
Yeah.
No, they're not dying on the road, brother.
Yeah, I thought like people got like really like their
Bad-
gums knackered.
yeah,
or
people
what?
thought their gums were bleeding.
No. It's that thing that they eat. It turns red, and they
Okay.
can't swallow it, so they spit it out.
Yeah.
And anyway, their teeth and gums are fucked because that is not good for you.
It's
Right.
really unhealthy. Yeah.
Okay.
But you get high on it.
Yeah.
I
You get a
know.
small buzz of it.
I know a rule. It's about food and chicken.
What is it?
Minimum chicken sizes in each meal.
No, about like how the chicken is like handled.
How it's handled.
What?
What?
Have you ever seen the movie Chicken Run?
Yes.
Yes.
So it does make me laugh because sometimes I'll arrive to the local butchers and the chicken is quite literally running across the road. And I'm like, it is like a scene from Chicken Run. And you're like, you come back like half an hour later and you're like, oh, there it is.
So they're what free range?
Yeah, they are free range, exactly. Free range in the
So
road.
it's free as it can get.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you want it to be done in a more humane way,
Mechanical.
or do you want it to be a bit more funnier?
Like in Chicken Run.
Like the butcher is here, he lights like an arrow on fire. He's like, release the chicken! Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
No, man, I understand. Yeah, there's a certain. It's almost mechanical the way they treat animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming from a guy who eats 2 kilos of chicken thigh,
Yeah.
it's ironic, almost hilarious, but yeah.
I've got another one. Recycling.
That's,
I would
What does that mean?
that is not easy. What
yeah,
is
what
that?
does that mean?
Recycling means burning.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like, I would sort out a recycling system
Right.
because, well, not even a recycling system, just a general bin system. Because I don't know if it's the same here that people just set things on fire.
Yes.
Like-
Set things
How
on
do you
fire.
get it to your dad?
It's the same in the city in Colombo.
Yeah. We find a
Really?
corner, we burn the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
And that smog will waft from house to house to house.
oh,
and,
yeah.
and you wake up in the morning, the neighbors are burning again.
Yeah.
Neighbors are recycling.
That's recycling. I would alter the recycling system
I
to
love-
something more economical.
I love the smell of putrid burning plastic.
Yeah,
Yes. so at the moment I'm doing the bins and the roads. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You're doing
Yeah.
You're
chicken.
doing chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
Anything else?
As presidents, you guys are killing this.
We're really not doing very well, are we? But we're definitely not
But I
really up for
agree with
election.
the recycling thing. I also agree completely because for someone, I've traveled a bit, and in Japan, their system is
Oh,
flawless.
wow.
Oh, Japan
Flawless.
is insane.
When it
for
comes to
those
garbage,
things.
it's flawless.
Yeah.
I've got one. The car drivers in the south, terrible.
I don't know. That's a common thing.
It's like up in Colombo, it's fine, but like down in the south, I just don't get it.
After the podcast, see the back of my car. It's like boom here, boom here, boom here. I just stopped fixing it, man. I've like given up.
So actually, this is something I have a quick question on. Is I've never, touched wood, witnessed a crash, but when people crash, then what happens? Because like in the UK, we switch insurance details,
And then
it
you'll
gets
get on with
sorted
your day.
out, you know, that kind of stuff. What happens
So
here?
it depends on what kind of insurance you have. If
Okay.
you have a more premium one, you just call them and a dude comes there.
Right.
And he
okay.
takes a bunch of photos and then that's it. He will tell you to go.
Okay.
You go to the garage, you want to fix it. And
Yeah.
then the insurance and the garage man, they speak to each other and it's sorted.
Okay.
If you don't have such a premium insurance, it's a long process. You have to call the police.
Right.
Police has to make a police report. Police report has to be submitted to the insurance. It's a process.
Right.
And it takes time for the money. And if someone is, like a human is dying or dies,
Yeah.
no questions asked, you go to jail. Doesn't matter who's wrong.
Oh,
If a
wow.
human life is involved,
Yeah.
You go to
just
jail.
show.
Right. So that is to say that even if he was drunk and he jumped onto your car.
first you go to jail, then questions will be asked.
Right. Okay. So
Go
you're
to jail
immediately.
first, then ask questions.
So if if you have a choice between a light pole and a human, you go for the light pole.
Like, yeah, I wondered. I was like, I've never seen anyone switch any.
No. So
Details.
usually the insurance covers you and their insurance covers them.
Right. Okay.
We don't pay
Interaction,
each
yeah.
other. It's like you deal with
Right.
your insurance. Unless you
Minimum
have
interaction system.
yeah, unless you have the low third party insurance, which is the minimum.
Do you want to call out the names?
Third party insurance are the minimum insurance you can have by law.
Right. Okay.
So then third parties where they look after the other person's car.
Right.
Then you have to exchange, get the police report. It's a whole process. So yeah.
Okay. So it is
Same.
fairly similar. Yeah.
Right.
But if you have the premium one, nothing to do. Just call the dude. He comes, takes pictures, he handles everything. Just
Right. Got you. I did wonder. Well, there we go. Now I know.
are you planning to crash something?
No, I'm really not.
It's like
Really
that
not.
fellow will take pictures. Does. Hello. Ganang ready ne?
That's a bit expensive for me.
I
Sorry.
mean, we haven't had too many arguments on the bike, but
No, not yet.
there's been a few. Scary.
You guys have a scooter? I'm assuming?
Yeah.
That's the foreigners' vehicle down south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down south, it's the only way.
Yeah, it blew my mind because here's cars, down south is bikes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like John said, people driving cars down south, like they're gonna kill someone.
I don't-
Like,
yeah.
they don't know how to drive the car.
Everything else, buses, I understand. I know what they're going to do. The people on bikes, I know what they're going to do. I know the tuk-tuk's going to do. The cars, I got no idea what they're
Yeah,
going to
they
do.
could do anything.
That's the thing. So that's the little stress that you enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We do kind of enjoy it, and yeah.
Is he going to turn? Is
Yeah,
he going to turn? Is he going to brake?
exactly.
Am I going to die? Are we going to die?
I know that the person in the back is like, I've got no idea what's going to happen. So
Yeah.
I'm not riding.
I've taken to now when I sit on the back of just doing things on my phone, doing admin on my phone, so I don't look because I'm like, if I start like micromanaging from the back of the bike, because I'm seeing like 900 different scary scenarios going on. So
Backseat riding.
yeah, hang on, you do the same.
All right.
Oh, we've got this far without bickering, and
Yeah,
we're
no.
about to start. Well done, guys.
All right. Now that we're done.
And on that note,
We're going into the game section of our podcast today.
The game.
It's very simple. We have some usually we would have something to eat, something spicy, something not so spicy, but due to some dietary issues, we have.
Sorry, allergic to everything.
We didn't bring the food. If you see our last episode, we got some really spicy wings and stuff.
I'm actually quite hungry as well.
So we did 2 variations, right? So we got spicy wings, atomic wings. Then we got Naimaris pizza
Like the spiciest pizza
with
ever.
Naimaris sauce.
Naimaris is the type of chili.
Oh, you don't love it, bro.
You'll love it. It'll
it's
burn you
really
right
bad.
through.
I feel like when my gastrointestinal problems pass, I don't know. Like
You should try it.
Yeah,
You should try
I
it.
just
It's
come and
great.
play
So
a game
it's
of-
Naimaris pizza, but you have to get Naimaris sauce on top of that also.
Yeah.
Just to
Okay.
really hate life in general.
And then
Okay.
when you order, you look into the waiter's eyes like, I don't want to live. Then he will know what he will
Sri
know.
Lankan standard.
Because if he sees this, he's gonna be like, he's a marshmallow, no need. You will look at him and be like, I don't want to live. Kill me. And he'll be like, okay.
Okay, we'll do that one
Yeah.
day.
And yesterday's episode that we had was
Lime shots.
lime shots.
Oh.
Lime.
Like
Lime,
just pure lime.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I'd be down for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Next
Lime
one.
shots.
Next one. So basically, we had a bowl of. So yesterday was the bro code situation. So what would you do in this situation as a bro?
Right.
You have to explain your thing in about
5 seconds.
5 seconds. And if you can't, so we can veto as well. So if you give a bullshit answer, we can veto. But if you don't explain in time, you drink a lime shot. And it was just this one poor sap who was sitting here that had to just down lime shot after lime shot. It was like, ugh.
I've never seen facial expressions like that. At one point, his eyes were open and closed at the same time. Anyway, today we don't have anything that extensive. We have a few images here.
Brother maker, start kan go.
He's going to put it on the screen. And you guys have to guess what it is.
Oh no, this is going to be my like me
1996.
saying Uluwadi?
What's going on the screen?
Like some day-to-day Sri Lankan thing. You
Okay.
have to guess it. Should they guess that what it is not? I think that's funnier.
So basically, how we're gonna do this is, y'all are part of the Sri Lankan Tourist Board.
Assume.
You will advertise to foreigners what this thing is,
Okay.
and you will pitch it to them.
But it has to be fake.
Yeah, the fake one.
You can't say what it actually is. You may know what it is, but you have to make a fake story just for the fun of it. And then at the end of it,
Okay.
we'll discuss what the real thing
Make
is.
one there.
Right. Okay.
Like if you see a car, you'll be like, "That's the greatest bike ever." You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's fake information.
Yes.
But at the end of it, we will discuss what it is.
So this is a premium Sri Lankan shampoo.
With lemon.
The lime is really good for the dry tips.
Right, and the orange stuff. How do you apply that?
Just got to massage it in.
Yeah.
Really massage it in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
mad.
then the lime, just give it a little squeeze on the dry tips.
Oh right.
Just really help those split
And is there a name for this concoction?
Give it a name. Come on.
Sambean.
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam.
What about you? Give us your version of it.
Oh no. Okay. Here we have cigarette sour, and this is the local sun cream
Right.
that the locals use.
Right.
I don't actually know if locals use sun cream.
You of course it's sun cream.
But this is a premium product that comes rather cheap on the market.
Right.
So, obviously people will try to scam you to buy the more kind of Western sun creams.
Right.
But this, you can just douse in a little bit of water, rub it all over your body. It works as a bit of an exfoliator as well.
Right.
So you'll come out feeling silky soft and protected from the sun.
Done. Next.
But we'll actually discuss what it is.
Oh, that's okay. So that's actually Paul Sambal.
Coconut
Coconut
sambal.
sambal, yeah.
Have you
Yes.
had it?
Yeah.
With rice
Yes.
Yes.
or with bread,
With rice. It's like a side of like part.
You should have it
like
with
a
bread.
rice and curry.
butter, and sambal.
Yes. So I have seen sandwiches
Yeah.
with it in
Oh,
the sambal.
it's
And
the
some cheese
best.
as well, actually. So-
Like this
Yeah.
roasted bread, extra roasted bread with the
Oh.
butter and sambal and a piece of cheese in
man,
it.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, so am I. I'm like, get me a snack.
All right. Speaking of snacks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is a Sri Lankan delicacy. Chicken brains.
You're good at this.
You're really good at
You
this,
are
man.
actually good at this.
It tastes a little bit like chicken, but it's got a hint of pork, and it's boiled in milk.
Right. Okay. Chicken brain though.
Yeah, chicken brains.
Okay. But it tastes like pork.
A little bit of pork, bit of chicken,
Right. Okay.
and then just sprinkled with a little bit
But-
of chopped herbs.
Oh, chopped herbs. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it's a fried dish.
No, boiled in milk.
Oh, boiled in milk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why that gets a yellow texture.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And cat.
Really good, high in protein.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm on the. I will eat.
You need to get on it.
I'm going to get on it.
So here we have some traditional Sri Lankan popcorn.
Uh-huh.
And so if you go to the movies, you will tend to get this. It is very sweet.
Right.
Really, really nice. Has actually the texture of like a jelly sweet.
Right.
Although it is popcorn.
It's
it
gelatinous
has-
in texture. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Really, really popular. They actually give it out at break time at school as well. So I'm aware.
What
that-
school did you go to?
Yeah.
What is this school?
Yeah. But yeah, really, really popular amongst Sri Lankans. You'll see them all eating it, and they tend to take it for a snack on the bus as well. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But the bullshit being said, you guys know what this is.
I actually
I
have no
actually
idea.
don't know.
It's called tippy tip.
It looks like cauliflower.
Yeah,
Maybe.
No,
so
it's-
it's a snack, as she said.
Yeah.
What you said was absolutely right, though.
We eat
Like,
it in the
it's
movies
spot on.
and all.
Yeah.
What?
It's
It is a snack, dude.
It's
It's
complete
actually-
It's an
junk
actual
food.
snack.
Complete junk food for kids.
But,
Really?
But what is
Yeah,
it?
it's cool. That's what I'm saying. I thought, okay, she actually knows what it is.
It's a kind of like, I don't know, a form of chips made out of corn, I want to say.
Yeah, something.
Wow, oh,
Is it
look at me.
fried?
Yeah.
Like deep fried?
It's fried, deep fried. It's very crunchy and it's soft at the same time.
Oh.
with
And
the,
salty, yeah.
There's me, like, literally
you didn't-
describing it in other words.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, man, she did not get the memo, bro.
I was like,
No.
she's like telling the real thing.
No,
So it's called
no.
it's called tippy tip, and it's
Oh, I've seen them in the shop.
so
It's a national
Yeah.
treasure.
national treasure.
Right.
the kids.
Okay.
Next.
Oh.
We'll let her start now.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no, please don't let me start. John's good at this. John's
John's way too good at this.
He's
game.
way too good
I think
at
if we
it.
give John time, he'll make something really good. So
So down in the south, we really like to eat starfish. Okay? Like to cut them open,
Right.
deep fry them in a bit of batter,
Uh-huh.
and they are
oh no,
absolutely
Patrick.
beautiful.
So how do you get, so you remove the,
So you have to, you get each leg and then cut a little bit of the leg and then split it.
oh, so you split it and you glue it back together.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's why it goes like that.
That's it. Yeah,
Right,
just split
okay.
it down the middle of each leg, batter it, and then just drop it in a hot, deep fat fry. We
How
don't
do,
care
how,
about
how
the-
do you find starfish that are all very symmetrical though?
You're chopping them up really thinly of
Oh,
the same
right.
starfish.
At
Right.
the same age.
Yeah.
The starfish
time.
farms in Sri Lanka, right?
Come on, do you not see? You haven't been to the south. You don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing, man. This is why
I just can just see Patrick. And Kat.
So here we have the traditional Sri Lankan eye mask, which you will wear at the spa. These will come out of the freezer.
Right.
You'll pop them on your eyes as you're having a nice head massage.
What, like a bit of cucumber?
Yeah, so in
Right.
so in England we tend to use cucumber, but here we use the frozen Sri Lankan star.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. They do come with a very kind of spicy smell and like lots of herbs and spices. This
Right.
is just to kind of really get your senses going as you're led in the spa. You know, music on. We want the senses flowing through the nose as well. So
Right. So
and
it's a
then
very
that
holistic
cooling.
approach to.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Understood,
you've got it.
understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, bullshit being said. Do you guys know about this?
I think I've eaten some of these,
Is
but
it
I do not know the word.
It's called a
Is it a
cook.
fruit?
No,
No.
it's
Oh, I thought I've seen,
savory.
like the green.
No,
That's
that's
starfruit.
starfruit. That's starfruit. That's not
It's
this.
a snack.
This is a snack, savory. So it's called cookies. It's a very crunchy, kind of like a potato chip again, but not made out of potato chips.
Yeah. It is. So every Sri Lankan New Year, especially, you would have this.
I was going to say, I don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah,
but
you
go
won't.
on. Offend us, please.
No, it
It's
really
disgusting.
didn't. It was not my favourite snack,
Ah,
to
fair
say
enough.
the least. It's very,
It has its own fan base.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't up there.
I mean, in
For
the
me.
picture, it looks really tasty and crunchy.
It's very crunchy. It's very crunchy. You
Yeah.
have variations of it. You have the one that's extremely spicy. You have the one dipped in chocolate.
Chocolate, I never
yeah.
saw this. But
Yeah, you get if you go to the Candos, there's this Candos shops. Damn it, I'm using brand names. Pay us. So there are these chocolate shops all over Colombo. If you guys get to go, they have this one dipped in chocolate, especially during New Year time.
Okay.
Fantastic! It's like hot, crispy with a chocolate coat on
Oh,
top.
nice.
Oh.
Maybe that's what I need.
That's what
the
you're
dipped
missing
in
out.
chocolate version.
So you get this with an assortment of like cam and stuff.
Yeah, other
So you have
snacks.
to have almost everything to like. Love it.
You all were not here during April, right?
It was.
I was,
Oh.
yeah. The
You
New
were
Year.
here for New Year,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you got this for New Year.
Yeah,
Yeah, she didn't
and
like
I
it.
think that's when I tried it, and it's just, I don't know, I wasn't set on fire by it.
All right. Next April.
We'll
Yes,
get you some
and we
good
can
ones,
try
yeah.
again.
Next April, we'll get you some. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, John.
John, please. I think you have something with this.
This,
You're going to steal what I've got. I know exactly what you're going to say.
so here, this is the traditional way how men, they've found one female
Right.
and they will fight to the duel with 2 sandbags. Actually, no, they might be bags of rice. I think it's a bag of rice. It's a bag of rice. And they are fighting to the duel until the first man falls off.
Right.
And the man left standing, or straddling the pole, he wins the female's heart.
Then does he have to get married to the female on the pole itself, or
Yes.
Right.
She will climb up and he will put her on his shoulders and
cheer?
cheer.
And
Damn.
the bag of rice.
And then the crowd will go wild and they'll open the bag of rice.
Throw it.
throw it.
God damn.
You're starting with the hand.
Oh, don't you start.
Yes, Kat, you seem to have something to say.
She's always
It
got
starts with these, like the arms flailing, and then I start to lose it slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, you're tearing.
Okay, so this is establishing the fittest man in Sri Lanka.
Right.
So this is the Sri Lankan Games over here. They are fighting for the local village.
Right.
And
Oh, the entire village.
yeah, the entire village.
Right, right, right.
This is how you become a mayor.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And if he wins, then all of the honeys.
Honey is like actual honey,
All
or the
of the chicks. Oh, the chicks. That's what
Oh,
you
the
called
chicks,
them.
yeah.
You called them honeys.
The
All
chicks.
Of the chicks. They come to the village, and he gets choice of
Oh, okay.
which wife he would like.
We should have a presidential elections like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Yeah.
alpha male situation.
Yeah, and they're not using bags of rice like John said. They're actually using scuba diving flippers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right.
So
This is because it's an island country.
yeah, exactly.
They're fishermen.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And they're by the sea, and
Right.
they've actually got the scuba diving thing.
The gentleman down here seems to be a cop. Is there any reason why the officials get involved?
No, he's the adjudicator. He's
judge.
making sure that
Presidential
everything-
candidate.
Yeah. He is just making sure that they are really going for it.
Oh, okay.
Really good.
Yeah.
As opposed to just tapping each other on the
Yeah,
shoulder.
exactly.
It could
We
go
need
on-
blood.
It could go on all day otherwise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Fair enough.
exactly.
So,
So-
there's one guy with the timer.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
exactly so.
All right.
So,
Well, actually, this is amazing.
yeah, do you guys actually know what it is?
I
No.
have no idea.
So it's also a New Year game. During the New Year time, they played. So 2 guys had to be on top. They had to
You-
keep
you-
one hand behind, and it's kind of like a pillow kind of a thing.
Yeah.
A little more harder than a pillow in a sack.
It's the manliest pillow fight you ever seen.
Yeah, so they have to beat each other up until someone falls off.
This is great.
Yeah.
We've been doing pillow fights all wrong
Yeah.
our
yeah.
whole life.
It's not this
But I don't know
girl-
for some reason why this dude's leg is up. I think he's about to fall. If not, both legs
Is
should
the
be.
guy on the right about to try and catch him?
Yeah, they're trying to
Or is he
catch
just
him.
like, oh, fall and break him.
Yeah,
It's
because
fine.
there is no mattress or anything at the top. If
I
you
can
fall down,
imagine.
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's
so
what I mean.
someone is always there to help you catch. That's why I don't play the game. No one's there to catch me.
And why is the policeman there?
Just in case he gets out of hand.
Oh, okay, fair enough. As if it's not out of hand enough. It's out on a pole hitting
definitely
each
too
other.
bad.
Yeah, fair
Oh,
enough.
I think he's on duty and he's not actually.
Yeah, I think brother just came to watch the game. He's like, oh my god, they're playing right now. All right. Oh, bro. Okay, cool. Good luck with this shit.
Okay,
So
we're going down the same route with this. I can feel it.
it's a delicate topic, okay?
Right. Yeah.
And in some countries and in some,
Cultures.
Oh, no.
cultures, this is the circumcision.
I said the same thing.
100%, bro.
I said the same thing.
100%.
So where do you put it?
How would it be done? Yeah.
And also, the rust, it helps build your immunity to infections.
Right.
If you use a clean one, you're not gonna, when you get to that older age, you're gonna be able to get infections and it'll
Right.
infect you early.
Right. So it's early exposure.
Early exposure, exactly.
Right. Okay. Cool. How does it?
Tetanus? What tetanus?
Yeah. Right. How does it work, bro?
You've got to pull it apart, and then you just
It's fine.
hold it in.
So
You've got. It's a 2-person job.
Oh, it's a 2-person job. So one person has to hold this and hold you.
Yeah. One person's holding the tool.
Okay.
The other person's
Holds
holding
the tool.
the foreskin, and it's
Oh, okay.
a quick snap,
Okay.
and it's gone.
It's
You might
got.
be
Oh,
bleeding for a little while, but it's okay.
okay.
What if I feel like it can just slice right?
You've got to make sure,
Ow.
otherwise you wouldn't want to take the bell off.
It's like, oops. Duck, 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 duck.
Sorry.
I don't even know where I can go with this. I literally...
Was that where you were going to go with it?
No, I thought you were going to say nail clippers. Like,
No, honestly, when I saw this the first time, I also thought this was circumcision.
I would tell you, it's a very guy mentality. The first joke you go with this would be the circumcision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I've lived up to what everyone's expecting.
Yes.
100%.
I mean, I'm not sure what I'm going to say is actually acceptable, so I'm going to go down a more acceptable
No,
route.
go with
go on,
an
Come on, if I can get
unacceptable.
away with that.
This is a tool to cut off your partner's tongue when they speak out of line.
God damn, I love that. Right.
So, has your partner been gobby?
Right.
Yes, they have.
Yes.
Come here. Just a little bit at a time.
Okay.
Just we don't have to go full off.
Oh,
Right.
so it's in like a little bit.
Yeah,
of
because
time.
then you learn. So it gives you time to learn.
Right.
Like shortening the tongue over time.
Yeah. So like, if they keep doing it, they'll end up with no tongue. So
Right.
then they can't speak. But you get your first shot and it's just the tip, and then
Just the tip.
Yeah, exactly. But then as time goes on, and the worse it gets.
Yeah.
But-
So this is a premium tool that is used in that's used in most households. It's actually heated on the stove beforehand as well, just
Right.
to like really cut
To
through.
cauterize it as well.
Exactly. Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
For
And
sure.
as John said in his moment, like you don't want any infections, so it's
Right.
probably best that we heat it up first.
I know, I'm all about the infections.
You're
Yeah,
here for an infection.
Build the immunity up.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
I love how they both had to speak about the tip.
Plus, I think as a Sri Lankan, it's very important to know if you're starting a new business, if you need to trust your partner, just how properly they can enunciate their words and use letters like T,
Exactly.
Yeah. So half a tip going, T. I want to go to the bathroom. Yeah. I can't trust this bugger. He's a liar. Right.
exactly.
His previous partner's been cutting his tongue off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly, but then
Yeah.
like if you see someone, a male or a female, with any part of a tongue, you're like,
Domestic
bit of
abuse.
an issue. Bit of an issue with
So
that
it's called a girya.
It's a what?
Exactly.
It's called a girya. So you were talking about the guy spitting the
Bean
red
leaf.
stuff.
Yeah.
So this is used to cut. They put this nut in the middle and you crush it.
Oh, like a nut.
like a
I
nutcracker.
did think a nutcracker, but when we went down
But it's
a
more
slightly-
sharper than a nutcracker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a slightly darker avenue.
So
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
go to these very old traditional houses, in the front of the house, you get all the beetle leaves and the herbs and this thing there, so that anyone
off on
can
anyone.
come, can make it and chew on it till whoever you are coming to visit comes to see you.
Right.
Ah, interesting.
Ah, yes.
Welcome to the invitation to my birthday party.
What a party.
Also, one of these is you.
No, these are my best friends.
Okay. The names would be
So-
Samantha. Obviously.
Obvious, yeah. Samantha and Gerald,
Gerald is which one?
the one at the back.
With the
The
drums.
drummer, yeah.
The drum. And
Right.
in the middle there, we have my mum actually.
Oh, that's your mom.
Yeah.
Right. So I could recognize auntie in the thing. Yeah.
Very,
And
very agile lady.
The theme for the birthday party is how you wake up in the morning.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. So
Why does Gerald wake up like that?
because it's just channeling is in a beat,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's more of an
just-
R&B guy. Gets the
Yeah,
beat going then
just-
and there. So all right.
Getting the drum out, feeling
Right.
the beat of the day, So yeah. So this is an invitation to my birthday party, hosted by my mum and my two best friends, Samantha and Jeremy.
Right. Of course. Mumford. Samantha was this then. I'm assuming.
This is this one here.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Samantha obviously wakes up feeling a little bit scarier than
Right,
the others.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Samantha really needs some makeup, man. You were saying.
So this is how they announce the first bus of the day.
Right.
I like that.
Okay.
You're very good at this.
So, everyone needs to know when that first bus is coming.
Right.
And at each bus stop, this happens.
Right.
So the
Around the
people-
island.
Yeah, no, around whole Sri Lanka.
Right. Okay.
So everyone in the vicinity, in the village or where they're living, they know that first bus is coming. They can come out, and they will queue up behind this parade, and then they can get on that
Right.
first
This
bus.
is something you've seen or just read somewhere?
No, I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it. So then you would be comfortable at reenacting it.
Yeah.
How does it go? Person by person. Yeah. This guy and Gerald apparently.
Come on.
It's a lot of this.
Oh God.
It's like flapping of the wings.
Which one? Both of them or just the one?
So the first guy does the flapping.
This guy? This guy here?
That's guy. And
Okay.
then the second one, you know when people like jump and clip their heels?
Yes.
Well, that's the second one guys do.
Oh, okay.
And then the third guy,
Gerald, yeah?
he's actually in the Navy as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. They
Oh,
have someone
I
from
thought
the
I recognized
Navy.
him somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he's from the Navy, and he's just there to beat the drum and keep him going.
So the guy in the Navy goes from town to town in Sri Lanka announcing the bus is going to start.
No, there's a lot of people. It's not just one.
Oh, all the Navy
Yeah,
people?
yeah.
Oh, right. They're not on ships anymore.
No,
They're
there's,
just
you've
in
got
town.
to keep them employed when it's not war times.
So this is
I
a type
love
of
that.
traditional dance. We have several types. We have the up-country candy dance, the low-country dance. So this is one of the low-country ones. I'm thinking it's the low-country ones. I'm also not very familiar about it. But these are the type of local dance. These are the devils, demons. They are portrayed demon characters in a story. And sometimes, you know how we have exorcisms in Hollywood films where they use the Bible and the cross and all that things to
Be gone!
be gone,
Yes.
demon. So these are kind of dances they do to kind of get rid of evil spirits that are in the vicinity and all. And it's also used to tell a story. So it's a big thing that I know very little about.
From what I noted, there's about 20 variations of each mask.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Each mask has its own representation.
Yeah.
And what's the...
Gerald.
No,
This
the
dude.
item to the far left of the picture.
This.
That's a lamp. So when you start an activity or when you open something, the chief guest or the main people have to come and light it. Like there's like small cotton thread kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And with the coconut oil, and then you light it, and so like it lights up around. So it's like just to indicate that this event has started. This event has been blessed, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So that is that. So in basic English, that's called a lamp, but I think that's very
Underselling
undersells
it.
underselling it.
yeah.
Yeah. It has a lot of
You generally
significant
say,
value.
and now everyone please stand for the lighting of the oil.
Yeah, oil lamp. So
Or
like
the
on
first bus.
for
Yeah, first bus, yeah.
for the new year, like for the new year, there's a specific time to light that oil lamp. Every house in Sri Lanka
Yes.
who follows it, they do it.
Yeah. So all the moms are listening to the radio.
Yeah, the radio, TV, whatever. They're like,
5, 4, 3, light.
why is the match not working? This year finish. This year finish.
Is that when they boil the milk as well?
Yeah,
That's a separate time for that
Overflow.
too.
That's another
Yeah.
time for overflow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm assuming this is the opening of a building.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I've
It looks
seen
like
this.
it's the opening of a building. Some chief guest has come. They're doing a dance to ward off the evil. And Gerald's just like, "Takara, takara, 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 takara." Oh my God, yes, please.
Now you can't get this wrong.
So this is the Sri Lankan...
Took a deep. There, bro.
Oh man, I've forgotten the film. Oh, what is the film? I can't remember what it's called.
Rom-com or action?
Action.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Don't know what you're on about.
you might do. He's the Sri Lankan Sylvester Stallone.
Yes. Described it with the exact actor you compare him with.
I mean, there's not much more to say.
That's not even a fake comparison.
He's got better hair than Sylvester Stallone as well.
Right. And of course the emo fringe.
And no, his
The
whole
fringe
face is working.
The fringe is epic.
Right.
And then the Casio watch is just the creme de la creme.
All right. And ma'am?
Here we have the top hairdresser. Dealing in only one haircut, you can have the traditional Sri Lankan fringe.
Right.
It's suitable for males and females.
Right.
And it's actually really, really trendy. And actually, it's a sign of disrespect if you don't have this haircut when you first enter Sri Lanka. So
Okay.
you have to book an appointment straight away to get yourself one of these haircuts. Otherwise, it's totally disrespectful to stay within the
There
country.
must be such a long queue for him.
It's fine because he's an international arrival.
What, just after visa immigration? Is that where he is? Like, quick fringe.
You land.
Snip, snip.
So do you guys not have any idea who he is?
No, actually.
This is Joshan's man crush.
Oh, is it?
So you see, in South Asian films, we have this action films where physics don't apply. One guy beats up like 1 million men. He flicks and the bus goes flying out of the road, you know?
Yeah, like the worst CGI effects
It's worse.
I've ever seen.
I'm guilty pleasure. It's my guilty pleasure. I just enjoy the fact that the guy can flip a car like this. Or he turns this way and suddenly the woman's clothes just fall off, you know? I love it. Snaps and then the bad guy just collapses. The woman's like in love with him. So he's the main actor in most of our physics-less action films.
Physics-less. I love
So
that.
there's
That's
this
a great
one
name.
certain film called One Shot. If you want a night of where your mind doesn't need to work, just enjoy the film. It's a
Brain dead fun.
It's brain dead fun. So he's the main lead in that. And my dream, my bucket list is to be a villain in one of his films one day. So Ranjan Ramanayaka sir, if you're watching this, I'm your man.
I'm sorry about your watch. It's actually really nice.
Casio or not?
So he got into politics recently, and that was the whole thing. He had to go to jail. He came back out. So there's a whole story behind that. But other than that, his films, I like it, guilty pleasure, but not for everyone.
Right.
Do people compare him to Sylvester Stallone?
No.
Oh.
I'm the only one.
Just me.
I'm the only one.
Oh, I've won 2 of you. Nice. All right, and the last one we have.
Oh,
Go on.
no. That doesn't mean I've got it. I was just going, because last time I ate it, I was...
So this is a traditional Sri Lankan building material.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, it's far better than sand,
Right.
or bricks.
Right.
Just it's grown in the jungle.
Uh-huh.
It's dried.
Right. That's where the leaves come in here.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Okay. And the orange stuff here?
The orange stuff, that's little bits of fruit.
Oh, leaves and fruit.
Yeah, it's
Almost a fruit salad, but it's not.
but it's not. It's a building material.
Right. Okay.
Okay, it's-
Cools the house.
Yeah, it cools the house. And then if you get a little bit hungry, you can like pull a little bit out and
Just start eating your water.
yeah, exactly.
This is what Hansel and Gretel had to face.
Right. Okay. And the mask, the yellow or orange.
That's wood. Yeah.
So wood, fruit, what fruit leaves?
Yeah, it's
I'm glad you got out of construction.
premium.
Premium. You guys are using that word very liberally.
We love a premium product.
We love premium products.
What about you, Kat?
Here you have the local premium laxative.
Oh, the laxative.
She's not far though.
So
Yeah,
if you are a visitor and you find yourself a little clogged,
Right.
you can actually you just sniff this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't ingest it, you just sniff it.
Okay.
And
I thought it was like a suppository, but it's just a
no,
sniffing thing.
you can actually go down that route if you want to.
Gotta go up that road.
Yeah, go up that route
Yeah.
if you want to. But it's you sniff it first, and then if it doesn't work well for you, you take a handful.
Right.
And then you
Okay.
help yourself out.
And do what with it?
Um,
Do you want to use the hand gestures like you're asking me to do?
no, I don't use hand gestures.
Do you not?
No, we needn't.
Can you ask us to do some hand gestures?
Would you like to do some hand gestures, ma'am? How does one?
1 milli squats and pops.
This is
and
also
yes.
a 2-man operation. Or is it just Sophia's?
No, you can do it yourself if you want to, but if you'd like to ask for assistance, then you can go to
Right.
a local community member and ask for assistance, because you can actually only access this in your local pharmacy.
Okay.
So they're the only people that you can ask for help.
So you buy at the pharmacy, and the pharmacist takes you behind the shop and is.
No,
sorry.
Squats and
yeah,
pops you.
it's up to you. You can either take the private route where you go around the back, or you can just sort
Oh,
it
just
out
put
in
your
the
pants
shop
on
as
and then
well.
die itself. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So it's one of those, but it's a premium product.
Right, premium. Yeah, of course.
Always
And
everything.
is there a specific name for this product so that our viewers can buy this?
This is called.
Kuj.
This is called. I don't know what this is called. Sniff and whiff.
Sniff and whiff. Right, of course.
Do you actually know what it's called?
It's cotton.
It's costed.
It's Kotu, yeah. So it's our go-to meal. I'm sorry you had to go through that experience. There are some good establishments where you can get a pretty decent Kotu. Our stomachs are steel, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip, bro. All right, you want to take a chance on life that day? You try some local kottu. Sometimes it pans out, sometimes it really doesn't.
So I took a risk one day, and
Panned
they
out?
were like, Sri Lankan spicy? I was like, Sri Lankan spicy. They're
Oh.
like, are you sure? They're like, nah. And I'm like, no. Serve me Sri Lankan spicy. And
Kill
then
me.
I was fine. I was okay until the last mouthful, where something changed, and it was like as though the whole meal had just hit me, and the last mouthful had the most amount of chili in it
So
that I'd
it wasn't
ever
mixed.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was a complete mistake. And yeah, it's safe to say there's someone who spice levels were probably not to Sri Lankan spicy. did pay the price at a later date.
Right.
We'll just go with that.
Right.
But this is
Yes.
Sri Lanka's national comfort food. I would
Yes,
say.
but it is amazing. Absolutely love it.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, really, really
I
nice.
agree.
Do you not like it?
I'm not sure if I haven't had it yet.
You've not had kotu.
No.
Why?
No, brother, you don't need to. It's overrated, man.
We'll get you a kotu. It's
All right.
fine. But maybe sarayapa. Not spicy.
I personally love it. So,
Yeah. It's
all
good.
right. So with that, we are wrapping up the episode. Is there any closing statements you would like to tell anyone who's planning to visit Sri Lanka or anything?
John, do you want to say something first?
I think get here before it blows up and gets really touristy, and it won't be as such a authentic experience.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would probably agree. Yeah, I think it's in its infancy in many ways, but it's such a magical place to come to if you can come here with an open mind and an open heart. And yeah, 100%. It's somewhere that I'm so pleased I came to, and you should too.
Some things don't make sense, but you just have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll get scammed, you'll get fed, you'll get the ride of your life, and quote the suppositories.
If you want to feel chill, a little bit of stress, come to Sri Lanka.
Exactly.
All right. And with that, we will end today's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you for having us.
And so,
Yep, man, we're wrapping up. That's so, bro. Episode 13 or 14.
we'll figure it out.